It's time for Mount Vernon Rams football from WMIX Sports. Rams football on WMIX and WMIXsports.com is powered by the official voice of Rams Athletics, Community First Bank of the Heartland. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Mount Vernon Rams football is also presented in part by Red Lake College. Save thousands on your college education. Log on to rlc.edu. Tyler Toyota and Tyler's Buick GMC. Totally Tyler. The Medicine Shop of Mount Vernon. State Farm Insurance Agent Tony Wills. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Second Chance Auto on Route 142 East in Mount Vernon. Winning Edge. See what they can customize at winningedgeusa.com. Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac of Mount Vernon. And also by Santera Bank. Banking with local style. The Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois. Landers Collision Centers of Mount Vernon and Salem. Big or small, Landers fixes them all. Schmidt Ford of Salem. People's National Bank. Ford Square in King City Chrysler. You can count on us. And Bird Watson Dog of Mount Vernon. 2 locations to serve you better. We take you to the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios, driven by Tyler's, where Chris Hugo and Danny Czerwinski are standing by for the Landers Collision Center's pregame show. Mount Vernon Rams football starts now.
And good evening from Madison County tonight. The Rams look to get back above 500 with a matchup against the Triad Knights. Good evening, Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside. Hunter Schrader is back at our Mount Vernon studio. Jeff Crow is taking care of the video angles at WMIXsports.com. Glad to be here with you on AM 940 once again. Tonight, the Rams look to make a back-to-back wins against the Triad Knights, but Danny Czerwinski, the Triad Knights, are 2-0 with 81 points thus far this season.
2-0 and a lot of offense on this team. And, of course, Mount Vernon's owned the series the last 11 games, 7-4. But Triad has won 3 of the last 4. The Mount Vernon won last year at home 48-21 against a younger Triad team. Well, that younger Triad team's a year older, a junior-laden squad, only 8 seniors on this year's team. And both teams out here ready to go warming up in this cool September night. But this is a much different Triad team than what Mount Vernon saw last year at home. And it'll take an extreme effort to come over here and beat the Knights on their home field.
It will indeed. And, of course, this is your Landers Collision Center's pregame show. Big or small, Landers fixes them all, now details them all, too. Premium detailing now available at Landers Collision Centers in Mount Vernon and Salem. Call anytime you need them. 1-888-LANDERS. That's 1-888 Landers. We have more to come. We also have an interview with Mount Vernon Rams head football coach Jared Shaner, WMIX News Director Chad Baker, able to talk to him earlier in the week. Of course, we were unable to re-air our Saturday sports show interview as we traditionally would because of the Spin It game from a week ago. We'll also keep an eye on plenty of the games going on in Week 3 this week across what we call the Big 3 conferences in our area, as well as take a look at some of the others going on in the region as well. We already have one final score in the books. We'll talk about that a little bit later on here in the Landers Collision Center's pregame show. We won't talk about it very much, but we'll just explain why we already have a final score. We need to take a break. When we come back, it'll be Chad Baker's interview with Rams football coach Jared Shaner. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports.
Hi, this is Joe David Cummins, President of Community First Bank. Now is a great time to move your account to Community First Bank. With our new One account offering the highest interest rate in the market, free checking, and CD specials delivered by people you know and trust, why would you not bank with the market leader in Jefferson County? We offer 5 locations with 7 ATMs and have been serving the Jefferson County market since 1906. Stop in and see why our bank is the fastest growing bank in Jefferson County. Community First Bank. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC.
Your home for the Mount Vernon Rams is WMIX Sports, powered by Community First Bank.
Welcome back to Landers Collision Center's pregame show live from Troy. Glad to have you with us on AM 940. Watch tonight's game at WMIXsports.com. Still just moments away from the kickoff here, the Rams and the Triad Knights. On the Saturday Sports Show, traditionally every week, we sit down with Mount Vernon Rams head football coach Jared Shaner. We talk about the week that was. We talk about the week that was to come. Well, with the lightning delay, last week's game, obviously on the Saturday Sports Show, the game wrapped up on Saturday, so we were unable to really talk about much in the way of a recap or a preview with Rams football coach Jared Shaner. So our own Chad Baker, WMIX News Director, was able to catch up with Coach Shaner this week. He talked about the successes against Charleston, that 28-0 victory, and also foreshadowed what's to come tonight here against Triad. Here's that interview.
Welcome back. I'm Chad Baker, spending our weekly chat session with Jared Shaner on this Friday morning. And, Coach, it was a shutdown of Charleston by a count of 28-0. Charleston didn't put up much resistance. What, in your eyes, went right, and what are some things that coming out of that Charleston contest that you felt you needed to still work on this week in practice?
Sure. Well, I think, starting on the what went right side, our defense played really well last week against Charleston. Obviously to hold a team to 0 points, not getting the end zone, that was big for us. That I was a little bit surprised. That found out later on, I think later in the weekend. That was the first shutout that a Mount Vernon football team has had since week 1 of 2005. So, it's been 9 years since there was a shutout. And even if you're beating a team pretty handily, it's hard to keep them out of the end zone for an entire game. So I was pretty proud of that. Our defense did a nice job, and I just thought, we were pretty physically aggressive and tackled pretty well. They didn't have a whole lot of yards, and we gave up the majority of them kind of a little bit later in the game with a long pass play and then a long run. So overall, I thought that was just a good step in the right direction for our defense, and hopefully we can continue to build on that. We definitely need to be more consistent on offense, I think. We had some drives where we looked really good, running the ball. We executed things really well. We completed some passes, and then we had some other ones where it felt like, we couldn't get out of our own way, and nothing seemed to be going right. We'd have a penalty or a holding call, and we'd be backed up and just really struggled a few times offensively as well. So just looking for that consistency throughout practice on the offensive side of the ball was one of the big things that we needed to accomplish.
Taking a look at week 3, you travel to Triad, and the first thing that we want to make clear is we want good weather, because we don't want to replay of week 2 where several teams had to postpone the activities on Friday night once they got to the field, and then have a situation where you have to turn around and play on another day. That's a little bit of wear and tear on the guys, isn't it?
It absolutely is. You always hope for good weather on Friday nights, and nobody wants to, players, coaches, families, parents, concession stand people, just going down the list. Nobody wants to have those rain delays or lightning delays, weather delays, and then you definitely don't want them to last so long like they did last week, that we just felt like we were never going to be able to get it in Friday night, and then Charleston had to make a long trip again on Saturday. So, we've got our fingers crossed. I think it's supposed to be, even though we're not quite there yet, it's supposed to be kind of late fall weather, I think. So we'll kind of see how it goes, and we'll just keep our fingers crossed for good weather and good night for high school football.
So I'm thinking those concession people, they're the ones that benefit the most from that, because you could be thirsty on a couple different days.
That's true. Maybe they can get some sales in on Friday and then again on Saturday. That's right.
Now, when you see Triad, obviously they come from a very tough conference, Mississippi Valley Conference. This has not been the conference that has been overly good the last few years, but this season, through 2 weeks, the conference as a whole 10-2, and this is a team that defeated Mattoon in week 1, 54-30. They defeated Collinsville last week, 27-7. They're 2-0. What's different about this Triad team than the team that you faced in week 3 and defeated a year ago?
Well, I think number one, they're just a little bit more, a little older, and have some kids, and they played quite a few sophomores against us last year, so those kids are juniors this year. I think they don't have their senior class is not a real big class, so they'll play some more sophomores again this year, but I think they have a little more experience, and their kids will play very hard. Offensively, they kind of seem to put the same team out there year in and year out. They'll have big offensive linemen. They have some skilled guys that can really run well, and their quarterback is a good, hard-nosed runner. So I just think we're going to definitely get a great test on Friday night.
Now, this is week 3. Week 4, you start the conference season. As a coach, the one thing that you really try to instill in your guys is to play the game that's in front of you. How do you get your guys prepared to play this game this week and not overlook Triad looking ahead towards Belleville-Alta?
Yeah, I think that's just something we just harp on daily. We, as coaches, we try not to look ahead, and we preach that to the players. It's one day at a time, one game at a time, and we want to try to go 1-0 this week. We can't go back and change anything from previous weeks, and and we can't fast forward and get to a certain game or whatever it is that we might be looking forward to. So we've got to go, one week at a time and hopefully get a win and feel good. We definitely want to go into our conference play 2-1 as opposed to 1-2.
Finally, Coach, taking a look at your team health-wise, how are you guys heading into week 3?
Doing pretty good. Graham Hankin left the game on last Friday evening with a knee injury. He's out at this point indefinitely. He's been to the orthopedic center. He'll have an MRI hopefully later in the week, and we'll get some results from that and see what the damage is. We got a couple other guys that were dinged up a little bit, but both of them I think are going to be full go and ready for action.
Sounds great. Mount Vernon 1-1 looks to make it 2-1 as they have a tough task in front of them against Troy Triad this Friday night. And Coach Shaner, thanks for joining us today, and we'll talk to you next week.
That sounds great. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
That was WMIX News Director Chad Baker sitting down with Mount Vernon Rams football coach Jared Shaner. Traditionally, you can hear Coach Shaner every week on the Saturday Sports Show after the 8 o'clock news right here on AM 940 and online at WMIXsports.com. Big or small, Landers fixes them all. Call 1-888-LANDERS. That number is 1-888-LANDERS. We need to take a break. When we come back, we'll talk more about this matchup. It's been a rivalry for well over 10 years. It's the Mount Vernon Rams and Triad Knights. It's coming up in a bit. This is Rams football powered by Community First Bank.
Don't just dream about a better job. Go get it with scores of programs that take 2 years, 1 year, or even just a few months to complete. Red Lake College is your gateway to a career you'll love. From nursing to coal mining, from computer programming to cosmetology, and everything in between. Red Lake College is affordable, convenient, and ready to get you trained for your new job fast. Call us at 618-437-5321 or visit us at rlc.edu.
There's no other Toyota dealership like it in the region. It's totally technical, cheap, and totally new.
Tyler Toyota. Like car heaven.
It's totally brand new.
Totally built for you.
Welcome to Tyler Toyota. Best car and truck buying experience in Southern Illinois. Total.
Totally.
We're celebrating the grand opening. Newly renovated and highly celebrated Tyler Toyota. Totally.
Toyota.
Streaming worldwide at WMIXsports.com. This is Mount Vernon Rams football from WMIX Sports.
Welcome back, WMIX, WMIXsports.com, the Mount Vernon Rams and the Triad Knights. This is your Landers Collision Center's pregame show. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside. Jeff Crow brings you the video angles at WMIXsports.com. Hunter Schrader is back at our Mount Vernon studio. Tonight, the Rams are 1-1, looking to go to 2-1, but it'll be a tough test for the Knights, who come in 2-0, undefeated with the wins on the road at Mattoon, 54-30. And they win at home in their home opener over the Collinsville Jayhawks, 27-7. So a Triad team looks to be keeping it mostly on the ground this year. Of course, have traditionally been an option program. However, coming with 81 points on the season compared to 37 points allowed. And the Rams coming off of a shutout win last week over Charleston, hoping that their defense can handle that offense.
Well, it's a Triad team that does not throw the ball. Only 3 of 5 on the season in 2 games, only throwing the ball 5 times for a grand total of 105 yards. So definitely not a team that gets it done through the air. They have 3 guys, 4 main guys that rush. In fact, one guy, Josiah Potteroff, has 142 yards. Crean has 175 yards. Evanoff has 58. And then Nelson has 280. So these, you can tell, is Triad's a typical team that is going to run the football all the time. And under the years of Paul Basler as the coach, that's what they've done. He in his 17th year, 94 wins and 69 losses. They have run the football, and they're going to grind it out. With both teams running the football tonight, this could be a very quick game depending on who gets the downhill slide first.
Well, it was quick on a Friday night the last time we came here. Did not even get onto the field. Of course, severe weather had come through for a second week in a row, and this game had originally been suspended, or I should say had been suspended until Saturday. That happened to the Rams and Charleston Trojans as well as many teams across the region last week. But tonight, the Rams are looking for their first road win here at Triad since a 28-7 victory back in 2008.
Well, and that's one of those things. Last time, 2 years ago, we came here. We were already headed back home by this point with the green clouds and the wall cloud that came through and the blowing and swirling of wind. They got Mount Vernon arrived here like we did. got back in the vehicle, took off, and went home. It was so dangerous here they wouldn't even let us in the press box here on top of the school. So coming back, and, of course, had to come back over here in that game. Of course, people can remember that was not much of a game as Mount Vernon came over here and lost 37-7. And then Mount Vernon, of course, wins last year 48-21. So only one win for Mount Vernon in their last 4 tries here against Triad, whether it's at home or away.
Well, and how important is a win here tonight for either team, given that both of these teams in 6-team conferences go into the conference play next week?
It's important, I think, for Triad. You're 2-0. If you can keep it going 3-0, you got to figure that the blessings will be upon you if you can get 3-0 and keep going on into the Mississippi Valley. I think Triad's got to be considered a favorite now that Highland is on their teacher strike and cannot play until they come back when the strike is worked out. So Triad's got to be thinking, hey, you win here tonight, you're 3-0. You got an opportunity to win 3 or 4 games there. Well, then the next thing would be is that if Mount Vernon's 1-1, you don't want to go to 1-2 and then have to figure out a way to beat Althoff at home next week and then go on the road for 2 in a row to Marion and Carbondale. That's not fun when you talk about Mount Vernon, what they have left on their schedule.
Well, and of course, we talk about that Althoff game from a year ago. It was a coming out party of sorts for DeMontez Miller Gray in that fourth quarter, over 100 rushing yards, 3 touchdowns. To get the win against the Crusaders on the road, the Rams will have the Crusaders at home next week. Triad will have them, of course, to close out their regular season on the road after Week 9. But when you take a look at the Mount Vernon Rams, of course, we mentioned the Green Wave of Mattoon. We talked about Highland, 2 teams that were supposed to have played tonight. But for those 2 teams, it ends up being a case where Mattoon receives a forfeit victory due to the Highland teachers' strike, and that's really all we need to say about that.
And 1-0. Did not realize it was just 1-0. I thought you had to have at least so many points, 2-0, but it is 1-0. The Highland wins, or I should say Mattoon wins. So Mattoon kind of gets themselves righted a little bit tonight without being on the field. And when you look at that situation and you look at what's going on, you've got to get your wins when you can. Mount Vernon probably feels like Week 1 against Taylorville that they got stubbed their toe a little bit tonight, but it's one of those deals where you got to put it behind you. And this is a Triad team again. If Mount Vernon thinks, well, we came in our place last year and we beat them and handily beat them, blah, blah, blah. That team last year here at Triad was sophomores, a lot of juniors, or a lot of sophomores. This year they're juniors. I think next year they're going to really be a handful back here at Triad. And, of course, this is a team that since 2004 is 39-10 in the Mississippi Valley Conference, and 3 losses coming in 2012 and 2013. So they have not been the way they have thought they were to be in this conference under Paul Basler. They have struggled the last 2 years, and they're looking to change things around.
Well, if you take a look at the South 7 Conference real quick this week, of course, Centralia has traveled to Charleston. The Rams are here at Triad. That's the holy grail of sorts as Althoff travels to Mater Dei tonight. Cahokia welcomes Northwest Academy of Law out of St. Louis. You might recognize them as a team on the Rams basketball schedule. Carbondale to Waterloo. Centralia, we told you, at Charleston. And this will be the final meeting, at least for the not-too-distant future, or maybe even the distant future, for the Harrisburg Bulldogs and the Marion Wildcats tonight down there in Marion.
Marion will pick up Mattoon in this week, interestingly enough, next year. So Mattoon will not have the strike as they have this year to get a win. Harrisburg picks up Boonville, Indiana, and, of course, that game on the turf at Marion in their renovated facilities. That will be an interesting game. Harrisburg's a team that just cannot get anything going that night. Marion, of course, 0-2, losing to both Central and Centennial as Champaign. So they're looking to get back on track before next week when Marion will have to host Cahokia. So Kerry Martin's wanting to get his teams going, because if you're 0-2 to start a year, your chances of making a playoff out of the Big Three since '96 is 7%. So at that point, you got to wonder, hey, what's going to happen here, and what do we got to do else to get in the playoffs?
And, of course, looking around the Mississippi Valley tonight, Civic Memorial is at Effingham. Mattoon Highland no longer happening due to the Highland teachers' strike. Let's see. Mascoutah travels to Mount Zion. Some of these are crossover games with the Apollo. Jersey is at Salem. Waterloo, as we told you, is at Carbondale. And that's a look at what the Valley's up to tonight. So some good games going on in non-conference play for Valley teams against some of the Apollo. And you look at some, and you look at some mismatches, of course, but you look at some that could be decent games. And I think the game of the week now that I would have to pick between outside of this one would probably be not Jersey at Salem, but Mascoutah at Mount Zion.
Yeah, that's probably the one that has the most potential, and we're going to see how much what Jersey has, I think, too. And I think Mount Zion, that game is very interesting as well, as on paper anyway, before they kick that off.
Well, I think so indeed. This is your Landers Collision Center's pregame show. In Mount Vernon and Salem, they have seen it all. From minor accidents to near destruction, it doesn't matter. Big or small, Landers fixes them all. Call 1-888-LANDERS. That's 1-888 Landers. You can also find them online at landersauto.com. If you're watching online at WMIXsports.com, waiting for the Triad Knights to take the field, the Mount Vernon Rams situated in the far corner of the left end zone as you look right to left at your computer monitor or your smartphone right now. Waiting to take a break here on your radio, however, for your Landers Collision Center's pregame show. When we come back, we'll have more to talk about. We'll break this one down between the Mount Vernon Rams and the Triad Knights. This is Mount Vernon football from WMIX Sports.
Every other incident, it seems as if someone says, "You'll never believe what happened." Hi, this is Chase Landers with Landers Collision Centers of Mount Vernon and Salem. I assure you, Landers Collision Centers has seen and fixed it all. Whether your toddler got behind the wheel and backed into the trash cans, a kid at school thought it would be funny to take off in your son's truck and sideswipe a brick wall, or even if your ex took a major league whack at your truck windows, we can make it go away, and we certainly won't judge. As a direct repair facility for many insurance companies, we take care of just about everything, even getting you into a temporary vehicle and offering free premium detailing for the life of your vehicle. That's the Landers difference. Top to bottom, big or small, Landers fixes them all. Come see us in Mount Vernon and Salem and ask us about free detailing for the life of your vehicle, or call 1-888-LANDERS. That's 1-888-LANDERS.
Rams fans, check out the Rams apparel at Winning Edge. They have the largest supply of MVTHS t-shirts, hoodies, golf shirts, caps, bags, and more. If you can't find the right item, they'll customize it for you. In addition to the great selection of Rams gear, Winning Edge specializes in screen printing and embroidery, which are the longest-lasting promotional items. Winning Edge will get you the right active wear for your business, school, or event, and will help you make a lasting impression. Find Winning Edge downtown at 212 South 9th Street, on the web at winningedgeusa.com, and on Facebook. We're on Instagram at WMIX Sports. This is Mount Vernon Rams football.
Welcome back, WMIX, WMIXsports.com. Glad to have you with us. We wrap up the Landers Collision Center's pregame show moments away, probably about 9 or so, for the Mount Vernon Rams and the Triad Knights. Rams are 1-1. Knights come in at 2-0. Rams got the win at home last year in this particular contest. Have not won on the road at Triad since 2008. Though if you look at the 11 years they played each other, I believe the Rams have a 7-4 mark against the Knights. And this is the Ram team looking to get back above 500 for the first time since last year.
I wanted to get above 500 before you jump into conference play. Of course, next week, Altoff at home. The Knights, or I should say the Crusaders, playing the Knights in Breeze tonight in the Holy Grail battle. And then, of course, Mount Vernon goes on the road to Marion and Carbondale weeks 5 and 6 before Cahokia and Centralia home into the pit at Mount Carmel week 9. So you'll hear the roar below us. We sit inside the confines of the press box. The Triad Knights run onto the field. So very interesting night here. We know a lot of people are listening, including Jake Gines, who's listening back at home. And a lot of people may be driving into the parking lot listening to the pregame. You better dress warm if you're coming over here tonight. It is a chilly night compared to last Friday.
Well, it is by comparison especially. It has warmed up the first 2 weeks of the season, only to cool down tonight. A moment ago it was 58 degrees, so it'll be a chilly night for Rams football. But this is football weather, as they say, and it'll be a good night. And maybe even see how this impacts. Teams used to playing in warm weather, and it warmed up in time for the start of official practice. Curious to see how that does impact the teams.
It has been very warm the first 2 weeks, and even earlier this week it was very warm up until yesterday when things started to cool off. The football will feel different. The field will be different. You'll get hit, and it won't go away very quickly. It'll linger with you, and this is the way it is. And this is high school football. And, you know, last week it's 100 degrees, and we're sweating in the press box and can't put equipment up in certain angles because the sun would get to it. This week it's 55 degrees. The wind is blowing. It's been cloudy all day. People are wearing coats, parkas, hats. I mean, it's unbelievable to see the difference between last week to this week.
Well, and it is hard to believe the meteorological difference that we're feeling right now, and it is football weather, like I said, as they say. And looking forward to seeing a true football game here tonight. It'll be nice and chilly for these two teams. Both of these teams have a history of running this season. Interesting to see the Rams' yardage, of course, led mostly by Montez Miller Gray, and seeing that of which will be on the ground from a junior such as Adam Nelson, who has quite a few rushing yards for these Knights.
Well, Adam Nelson's a guy they like to go to. 21 carries, 280 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Definitely a guy that they're going to go to a lot. And then, of course, Alex Crean gets 42 carries, 175 yards, and 6 touchdowns. Those are guys that are going to carry the bulk of the load for this team. I mean, there's no surprise here with Triad. They're going to come out. They're going to run at you. They're going to run option. They're going to run the football and try to get you in misdirection. It's very important for your linebackers to stay disciplined and in their assignments tonight, or Mount Vernon will give up lots of yardage and chunks to this Knights football team.
Rams football, as we all know, is presented by Community First Bank of the Heartland. Always bank on your hometown team. Community First Bank, home of the one account, featuring free checking and high-yield interest. We also owe you your Ford Square King City Chrysler starting lineups. For service without an appointment, it's Express Lane, fast oil changes, and more at 1603 Broadway in Mount Vernon. We'll get to those after we have the national anthem here from Triad High School. We'll get to know the pertinent side of the football, depending on who starts with it first.
It was a quiet, quick coin toss.
Yes,
there
it was.
No signal given. As Triad has been introduced, they run out through the school band here at Triad High School. And then, of course, the reserves are out there, much like what the NFL does on Sundays or whenever they play, which is every day of the week now. But they run out, and then, of course, now they go to the 50-yard line and meet, and then they'll run over to their sideline. So very cool traditional thing that Triad does here, and what an interesting and great facility all as you look across the way. You see softball, track, tennis, and baseball, the facilities all in front of us.
We do, and when you take into consideration the facilities they have here, building everything together as they have done, they've certainly done it right here at Triad. So we do know the Rams, of course, will have a bit of a different starting lineup tonight. Not too much difference, but Graham Hinken, of course, as you heard in the pregame show interview with WMIX News Director Chad Baker, Rams will be missing Graham Hinken tonight an indefinite amount of time as he is battling some knee issues. So we hope that he is able to get better soon and finish out his senior year, of course, but certainly interesting. We need to honor America from Triad High School. We'll take a break and come back. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports.
Hi, Roy Schmidt, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram dealer at King City Chrysler Center, Mount Vernon. Right now, receive 0% plus $3,000 cash back on all Ram 1500s. You heard right, 0% plus $3,000 cash back. Chrysler wants to possibly lower your payments on Motor Trend's Truck of the Year 2 years back-to-back, running for 2013 and 2014. So they are bringing back 0% financing and big cash back. We have a great selection of crew cabs and quad cab trucks, two-wheel drive and four-wheel drive. Hurry in today to King City Chrysler Center, 1603 Broadway in Mount Vernon, Illinois, where you can count on us.
At Banterra, we understand that banking is a relationship. It's a friendly face that knows your name, understands your needs, supports your goals. Banterra offers a complete range of personal and business banking products with competitive rates and loans that range from small projects to multi-million-dollar opportunities. We offer conveniences such as online banking, mobile banking, and direct deposit. For a strong community bank with exceptional customer service, Banterra is a smart choice for your banking needs. Banterra Bank, a proud supporter of Southern Illinois High School sports. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. This is Mount Vernon Rams football, powered by Community First Bank of the Heartland.
Welcome back, WMIX, WMIXsports.com. Give us a follow on the Twitterverse at WMIX Sports, on Instagram, Facebook, pretty well everything these days. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside. Glad to have you with us for the Mount Vernon Rams and the Triad Knights. John Reeves is watching us in his truck. Don't know if he means his truck nearby or maybe a big rig tonight, but glad to have him aboard.
I would hope it's not his truck here because I thought he was tougher than that to come out in this weather. Maybe, maybe not.
As his young man will begin to start at quarterback tonight. Speaking of which, we do need to get to know the Mount Vernon Rams starters tonight, driven by Ford Square.
Which side of the ball would you like to start with?
Let's go offensive side.
Offensive side of the football to start with. Your running backs, Derek Waith, Jylen Rush, Xavier Tyus, DeMontez Miller-Gray. The quarterback, of course, Dylan Reeves. Your linemen, Max Visser, Alex Borland, Alex Hopkins, Harry Heitmeyer, and London Marler on the offensive side of the football.
And we'll get to know the Rams defense when it is time to get to know them just a little bit later on. The Triad Knights will be dressed in their home red black pants, white numerics on the tops with black helmets and a Knight emblem on the side. The Rams will be in their away white uniforms. They have black numerics trimmed in orange, solid black helmets with the new Mount Vernon Ram emblem on the side. and black pants tonight. For the Mount Vernon Rams, they will have the football first as they will receive here in the first half. It'll be Michael Johnson and try to look to the near side, probably run DMG. DeMontez Miller-Gray back to return. They'll stand at about the 2. Both looks like just outside the hashes. What a beautiful field they have here at Triad. We await the kickoff. And now here it'll come. We are underway from Troy. It's in over end, coming to the near side, and it'll be to Miller-Gray as he steps in the end zone. And because the back foot went there, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Rams from their own 20-yard line on the touchback.
Well, position of 80 yards to go for the touchdown. Took a walk around the field before the game, not this morning, but a while ago. And the field set up nicely. If you want to hit a golf ball out of it, almost be like a sand shot. The grass is thick and plush, and the ball will be a little tough to get hit out of there as far as that goes. But great for football here tonight in Triad, or I guess would be at Troy.
There we go. Takes care of the glare. 1st and 10 for the Rams from their own 20-yard line. Just in our way from Triad. Non-conference action. The Rams will open up their South 7 Conference schedule next week at home with the Althoff Crusaders. We'll have that one for you. We'll tell you more about that throughout the night. Quarterback reads will be under center, split to the left, split to the right. 3 backs in the backfield with Miller-Gray in motion, and there's going to be a flag on the play that blows the play down.
Probably going to be motion on the Rams the way it looks. And let's see what it is. The white hat will come out and tell us here shortly. And it is 5 yards on the false start versus the white-clad Rams with the black bottoms, the new road uniforms. And Mount Vernon puts himself in the hole, starting 1st and 15 from their own 15.
Well, 1st and 15 to go, as DC just said. 2 seconds had elapsed off of the clock. 11:58 to play here in the scoreless first quarter. We'll get to know more of the Triad Knights a little bit later on. This is the Rams drive at the moment. 1st and 15. The quarterback reads in their center. Tie is split to the left. On the right, it will be Waith. In motion, Miller-Gray. Inside handoff will come to Remington Paris. He'll go up the middle for a couple of yards on the play. It'll be 2nd and long for the Rams as the clock drops below the 11:45 mark.
Yeah, a couple yards there, not much.
So 2nd and 13. Got 2 on the play, as we said. Remington Paris with the carry. And the Rams will go with a similar formation. Under center, the quarterback, Dylan Reeves, is senior. Will play basketball for Doug Creel, we would assume, coming this winter, as another, looks like more of a counter this time, as it'll go to Rush, trying to break to the outside, still on his feet, pulled down at about the 30-yard line. What a run there of about 15 yards. Should be a Mount Vernon first down, their first of the night.
Well, what a rush there. Gets looks down to the, well, I'm going off what you said while looking, because I was watching the lineman that time, and it goes short and short. Boy, a tough spot that time for Mount Vernon. About, what would it be, about 9 yards, 2nd and 3rd and short now.
Wow.
As that was Rush,
that
number
goes.
5.
Jalen Rush, the carry for about 12 yards. It'll be 3rd and 1 for the Rams. They started 1st and 15 from their own 15 after the 5-yard penalty on the first play from scrimmage. And now a sweep coming to the near side for Miller-Gray. He's going to have to cut back if he's going to make anything out of it. Now breaks through the wall, trying to get to the outside to the right. He's at the 40. Gets a nice block from Reeves upfield. Midfield 40, 35-30 to the outside 20, 15-10. Something out of
70.
nothing for Miller-Gray.
70-yard touchdown run. He was dead to rights in the backfield. Cooked 5 red shirts and stuck them down in the ground. They lost their footing. They had to get their tennis shoes, and 70 yards later, the hyphen goes, and Mount Vernon's up 7-0.
10:28 to play here in the first quarter, and run DMG the hyphen. A 71-yard touchdown run to make it 6-0 Rams, and now we wait the point after. It's Dalton McGowan on to kick for the Mount Vernon Rams, looking for win number 2 on the year. This was win number 2 a year ago. They lost the opening game to Rochester.
The pursuit was good. It was over-pursued, and the defense did not stay home, and unfortunately for Triad, gave up 7.
And that was almost good from McGowan. That was a high snap, tough to get down, and once Millwood got it down, it went just to the outside to the left. Point after attempt fails, so to speak, and it'll be a 6-0 lead for the Rams as they will kick off, and we will get to know the Rams' defense here in just a moment. Again, brought to you by Ford Square, as Triad will get their first possession of the night. We'll get to see that high-octane Triad offense we've heard so much about.
Your defense tonight, the ends, I should say the corners, secondary, Derek Waith, Xavier Tyus, Michael Johnson, and Gage Burrows. Linebackers Andrew Heiner, Drew Hester, and Remington Paris. And your defensive line, Sam Arcuri, Trevor Schubert, Brighton Steele, and Brighton Bowers. And that's like that 6-9. You can see the play develop. That the defense for Triad, it's funny, it's a Red Sea. It parted the red. The red went one way, and Miller Gray had a lot of open field the other way. The over pursuit was too much, and at that point, it was all she wrote, and there was nothing Triad could do to get back into that one.
Well, without that sheer athleticism of Montez Miller Gray, that play is probably a loss. It brings up fourth down, but able to turn it around, kick into an extra gear, get a nice block upfield, downfield even. And now it's 6-0 Mount Vernon. Dylan Reeves, the quarterback, will kick off. The Knights have a deep man at about the 10-yard line. They go left to right. The Rams went right to left, and this is going to be a bit of an onside kick attempt, more of a squib as it falls about the 38-yard line, where the Knights will have it 1st and 10 for their first possession of the night.
Well, Triad had Mount Vernon stuck. They started with a penalty, had him back, and then Mount Vernon got a couple big runs, rushes, runs, set it up, and then Miller Gray was pinned dead to rights back in the backfield, probably a 5-yard loss, and then turned it into a 70-yard run around the right side, reverse field, all green, and the Reds were pinned in, and here comes Triad. They get the play, and then they head out to the line on their first possession. Of course, they're going to look to run the ball.
Well, they have Brooks split to the right, man split to the left, one in the left slot. For the quarterback, Alex Crean, the 6'4", 185-pound senior, with a man in motion. This will be an quarterback keeper for Korean. Run option there, gets to midfield. It'll be a gain of roughly 12. It'll be 1st and 10-ish for the Knights.
He will put that football in the gut of the running back and then pull it out if he thinks he can keep and make a better run, and that time he did, and quickly Triad with a first down right out of the gate.
So just like that, 10-17 left to play in the opening quarter. 6-0 Rams on top. They had a 71-yard touchdown run for Montez Miller Gray. Split right, split left. For the Triad Knights, the quarterback Crean is under center. Let's see what he goes with this time on the first down. This one looks like it's going to be another run option, looking to go left as he got to about the line of scrimmage on that one. So no gain here. It'll bring up 2nd and 10 for Triad.
Much better pursuit that time by Mount Vernon. You have to stay disciplined in this midline option, and this ball's going to get stuck in a running back's gut. You can't fall for the fakery and the trickery the quarterback and the backs are going to do with their have the ball or not on the fakes. That time Mount Vernon did a much better job of what was going on.
Oh, much better. Those lineups you heard were brought to you by Ford Square and King City Chrysler. Tonight, check out Express Lane, fast oil changes and more. 1603 Broadway in Mount Vernon. Wingback will be Nelson this time. Crean under center. The Rams ready to pounce on 2nd and 10 from about midfield. Still in Triad territory, and we're going to have a flag here. Play clock is at 0.
Yeah. Delay a game on Triad. That'll be 5 yards. Usually that's one they'd tuck in their pocket at this level, but that time there with the play clocks. Now a lot of schools, most schools have those play clocks. It makes it much easier to count that out instead of the officials signaling back from the back.
And that will make it 2nd and 15 from the 45. About 9:20 left to go in the opening quarter. 6-0 Rams on top. Split left and right for the Knights. Quarterback Crean under center. Rams D-line ready to go here on almost offside.
Triad. Yeah. The right tackle, which is uncovered, flinched. It should be on Triad. Unless they decreed that Mount Vernon marched. That's what it is. Yep. 5-yard movement on Triad. You can see it from up here, flinching on the end of that line.
So it'll be 2nd and 20 now for the Knights as the ball goes all the way back to their own 40-yard line. See what Triad elects to do here. The quarterback, Crean, of course, had an impressive game last year as a junior. Now a senior. Was pretty good as a sophomore, too, from what I remember.
Yeah. His sophomore year, that team was pretty loaded.
That was a pretty good Triad bunch.
Ooh.
We've had plenty of those along the way. Split to the right side, Aaron Miller. On the left, it's Odell. Here for the Knight offense, 2nd and 20 from their own 40. Crean under center, in motion. It's going to be Nelson. Pitch is going to go to the left side as he gets to the sideline, trying to make some running room. Got past Hester, the linebacker. And now past midfield down to about the 45. We'll see where they spot the football.
Just a sweep play that time. Just a pitch and sweep is what it was, following some linemen. And that time Nelson, that little body of his, able to get around that corner and turn upfield along the sideline. Got 13 out of it. Now makes it about 3rd and 9, just about the 50-yard line.
9:12 to play in the opening quarter. Still 6-0 Mount Vernon on top. And we'll see if the Knights have shot themselves in the feet, so to speak, with these penalties, or if they're able to come about it here from 3rd and 9 from about midfield. Quarterback Crean under center with a man in motion. This one is going to be a pass, almost play action. It's downfield. It'll fall incomplete, intended for Nelson. Found a seam up the gut and Falls incomplete at about the 25-yard line. It'll bring up 4th down for Triad.
Now we'll see if Triad decides to do anything here crazy, or they're going to play field position and tell Mount Vernon, we don't think you can go down the length of the field on us. And what a nice stand to start with for the Mount Vernon Rams defense with help of a couple Triad penalties, picking right up where they left off last week and shutting out Charleston.
They were our Tony Wilt State Farm Player of the Game. You can find previous players of the game at WMIXsports.com. We'll tell you more about Tony throughout the night. Back to return the Rams deep man at about the 15 inside the far hash. Here comes the punt, almost blocked by Hester. He got back there. Looks like it's going to be Derek Waith. He'll have it about the 8, and he will slip and fall at about the 6. So a return of -2, and it'll give the Rams 1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
Well, the morning dew throughout the week, or the evening dew, has been coming out about 6:30, 6:45, and it is on this thick field. And right now, even with the cool temperatures, that dew got on there, and you can see his feet give way on this nice plush green grass. And Mount Vernon now will start at their own 6 this time, having those yards, 94 of them, to go to pay dirt.
8:57 left in the first quarter. Still 6-0. Rams on top. Their opening drive was a 71-yard touchdown run from DeMontez Miller-Gray. The Triad opener stalled out. The Rams have an out 1st and 10 from about their own 7-yard line. Split to the left side, and looks like that's Tyus left. Waith will be down on the right, and this is going to be rush in motion. He will get the carry on a sweep. Not going to get much out of it as he's brought down for a loss of about 1. Pardon me, that was Miller-Gray. My apologies, and that'll be a loss for the Rams. Bring up 2nd and long.
5-yard loss that time. Mount Vernon went with wide splits on their line. You could tell they were going to go out to the wide side that time and try to get the hyphen into some open area. And unfortunately, what a tremendous play from the linebacking core by Triad to come through and bust through. He was not picked up and knocked Miller-Gray back first, and then he was tackled at the 1. So a loss of 5. And, boy, Mount Vernon's in some trouble here.
8:20 to play in the first quarter. 6-0. Rams on top. In some trouble indeed. The quarterback Reeves is under center. Split left and right, not by much. Trying to find some room from outside of the goal line.
Ooh.
And Reeves will be brought down at about the 1 on the QB keeper. This will be 3rd and long.
This is one of those you can't even run a quarterback keeper almost and be safe. You're that close to the end zone, and 6 points are a safety. So it's one of those right now where you're just going to have to run full steam ahead and try to get as many yards as you can for your punter. And they being Mount Vernon, will punt into the north wind as this field runs north to south.
3rd and 15 from the Ram 2 with 7:40 to play in the first. 6-0 your score. Right to left march the Rams. Split to the right, it'll be Waith. On the left, it is Xavier. Tyus Reeves, the quarterback, under center. Paris, Miller-Gray, and Rush, your backs with Rush in motion. They're looking for the pass to the left side. It's a quick slant, picked off. It's going to be run back, and that is an interception return. Pick 6 for Jaron Pino, and the sophomore corner runs it back for 6 to tie it up.
Yeah, and that right there was what you ran into. Just a quick read. He took the pattern, jumped the pattern, and when you jump it like that as a corner, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. He won that time with the pick 6.
That one was a quick slant, and Tyus couldn't make the slant pattern. And then what ended up happening is it gets run back for a quick touchdown. Not quite what you want. Not there, anyway. Of course, if you're tired of big corporate banking, you have a choice in Jefferson County. Community First Bank is at home. And Mount Vernon, Dix, Woodlawn, and Ina. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC. Point after. There's a flag.
There's a movement on Triad. That'll be 5 yards. 3rd penalty of the night for them.
It's tied at 6 at the moment with 7:23 left.
Well, soccer was hit here at Triad, and you wonder if, in the recent years, Triad would go for 2. Normally, they're going to try to kick it, and this time the extra point goes to a 25-yard extra point now with the penalty.
They'll see if they can come away with it. Dan Hilling, the kicker, a 5'8 senior, and here comes, and he will just get it off, and that is going to be good. So the Knights take a 7-6 lead here in the first quarter. And the Rams offense has been all of the offense tonight for both teams. 7-6 ball game, and we will see what happens. And the Rams get the ball right back, but they're just going to have to overcome what just happened.
Yeah, and that's what it was, a pick 6. And Mount Vernon off the turnover, the interception, turns into that for the first time they throw the ball. 6 points, now 7 for Triad.
So we wait the ensuing kickoff here. We'll have scoreboard updates throughout the night, courtesy of Bird Watson Drug. We'll tell you more about them as we will tell you more about our player of the game to come. Video streaming tonight is presented by Rend Lake College. Log on to rlc.edu. See which of the more than 100 degree and certificate programs is right for you. Apply online while you're there, rlc.edu.
Well, it's one of those deals there. Triad played the field position game, had the ball to 50, couldn't get any more yards. 4th down with the win, punted the ball, made one big play, forced Mount Vernon to be uncomfortable near their own goal line. Pick 6 works out great as Mount Vernon now trails 7-6, and what momentum was 5 minutes ago has switched the other way.
Johnson and Miller Gray will be your returners on this particular kickoff. 7-6 Triad on top. It'll be Dan Hilling on to attempt the kickoff. Saturday Sports Show comes your way right here on AM 940 and WMIXSports.com tomorrow. Have a bevy of guests set to appear with us as we discuss the goings-on of tonight and even talk some other sports tomorrow. Saturday Sports Show after the 8 o'clock news until 10 o'clock here on WMIX AM.
Well,
wind blew the ball off the tee.
Yeah, wind out of the north here. Triad will have to kick it off with the wind. They're going to play the field position game here in this first quarter as long as they can, and we're not even halfway in it right now. Of course, Mount Vernon, the way that Mount Vernon stays away from the pass, the wind shouldn't be an issue.
Still ready to return, and here comes the kick. Triad up a point. It's in over in toward the end zone. That's where it's going to fall. And the Rams will have it again this time. 1st and 10 from their own 20 on the touchback.
And that's what you expect with the wind. That's what's going to happen in what has turned out to be a crazy first quarter so far with the big play from the hyphen, and then, of course, the pick 6 for Triad to give the Knights the lead.
See what Dylan Reeves and the Rams can do here. 1st and 10 from their own 20. We're in the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios driven by Tyler's. They may have 2 new locations, but they are still your best connection for your next automobile. Find them just west of Interstates 57 and 64 in Mount Vernon, worldwide at tylertoyota.net and tylerscars.com. Split left and right in motion. It's Miller Gray. It's going to be an inside handoff. Looks like it's Paris. Doesn't quite get out of the country there as he is going to fall for about a gain of a yard. We'll bring up 2nd and 9 from the 21.
Just a dive right up the middle off the right side in the 2-hole. And right now it is not pretty.
So 7:04 left in the first. Knights up 1. It's 7-6. The only difference is a missed PAT for the Rams, as the Knights have a 1-point cushion. The Rams are trying to come back. Split left, split right. 3 backs in the backfield for the quarterback Reeves under the center Heitmeyer. He's looking to pass. Slant coming to the left. Almost that time. Overthrown, intended for, I should say, Xavier Tyus, and almost in the reach of Pino again.
Thrown off the back foot that time. Ball floated in the air. And again, you could see the Triad corner that time basically looked like he had a read on a play like he was in the huddle, made a step in front of the receiver before the receiver finished the pattern. And if the ball wasn't high, it was another pick 6 because there was nobody in front of him going the other way.
See how they recover from that as the pass fell incomplete. Stop the clock with 6:43 to play in the first. 7-6 Knights. 3rd and 9 for the Rams from their own 21. Reeves, the quarterback under center. Drew Hester is into the ball game as a fullback. Miller Gray in motion, and this is going to be a sweep to the right side for DeMontez. And he's going to find some running room up the middle. Cuts back to the near side between the hashes as he stumbles past the 30 to about the 31-32. It'll be a gain of about 10. It'll make it 1st and 10 for the Rams as DMG approaches the 100-yard mark.
77 yards on 3 carries with the touchdown for Miller Gray. And, of course, that time basically making something out of nothing in the middle of the field, making a couple defenders miss. And then, luckily, at the end, a shoestring tackle by a corner from Triad. That's not in time as Mount Vernon has their 2nd first down of the game.
Well, they'll go 2 ends to the right with the backs in the backfield. Tailback this time. In motion is going to be Hester. He'll get the pitch to the right. Let's see what the big fullback can do as he gets to the outside. About the right. Got past the 35. There's a flag standing at about the line of scrimmage.
Well, that's got holding written all over it, right where it's at. If it is, it'll negate the run, and then, of course, 10 yards.
So Hester, as of right now, would have had a gain of about 5, but this one is going back.
Going back 10 on the hold on the Rams. That's their 2nd penalty for 15 yards. So Mount Vernon right now in some struggles here after that one big play. And then all of a sudden, boom, the wind has went out of the balloon here.
6:04 to play in the first. It'll be 1st and 20 for the Rams. Ball on their own 21-yard line. Reeves, the quarterback, will be under center. Split left. Tyus on the right. It's away. Same backs in the backfield. In motion now. And this is going to be an inside handoff up the middle. Not much on the play.
Saw orange sleeves.
I did too. Who's wearing orange sleeves tonight?
Yeah.
Rush wasn't. So we will see whom had the carry. Was that
34.
Heiner, maybe?
That was 34. Drew Hester, wasn't it?
I didn't see
Orange
Hester with sleeves. He's bare-armed. I know Andrew Heiner's run the ball some this year.
Whoever it is back in there.
5:22 to play in the first. Still 7-6. It'll be second and 19 from the 23-yard line on the gain of 1. Another inside handoff, trying to go off tackle that time. Looks like Miller Gray shy of the 30.
Yep.
It'll bring up third down for the Rams on a gain of about 3 or 4.
5 yards. 3 yards, actually 5 yards in a cloud of dust. And right now, Mount Vernon in a hole. 3rd and 19. Actually, it should be less than that the way it looks. 3rd and 15. And Mount Vernon has to get out to their own 43 to have a first down.
Of course, Tony Wilt, glad to help your family with all of their insurance needs. Give his office a call. Find him on the web at TonyWilt.com or look for the white State Farm Jeep around town and get to a better state with State Farm. We have a Ram down on the field, attended to by Kerry Hammond, the athletic trainer for the Mount Vernon Rams.
To give you some scores, Altoff early over Mater Dei 7-6, and Trey over Chucktown 7-0. Marion over Harrisburg 14-0, so playoff points rolling in. SVWW jumps out on the road at Chester 8-0 on the Yeller Jackets. Carterville leads Murphy at the end of 1 in a quickly played game 7-0. Heron over DuQuoin at home 14-0 first quarter, and Pinckneyville with a quick touchdown early makes it 7-0. Panthers over Benton, and Jersey leads Salem early on 12-0 on this cool night as another Ram walks off, and that is Miller Gray, which is huge for Mount Vernon if he can't go the rest of the night as he limps off.
Join Bird Watson Drug as they celebrate 40 years of serving you. It's a special anniversary celebration at 12th and Main on Saturday, October 4th. They'll have food, Dippin' Dots, bounce houses, face painting, games, raffles, fun, and more. It's from 10 to 2 at Bird Watson Drug on 12th and Main in Mount Vernon, sponsor of our scoreboard update. That's on October 4th. Rams will have split left. Quarterback Reeves will be under center. Handoff this time. No, it's not.
Well, he tripped up.
Yep.
He was rolling back on to fake the handoff and then roll out to his left to look for a receiver and got feet tangled up, and, of course, fell down on the turf, an 8-yard loss, and Mount Vernon, after the big play by DeMontez Miller Gray, has definitely hit the skids.
It'll be 4th and 14 coming for the Rams as Reeves, the quarterback, will punt. Back to return for Triad. It'll be Steven Evanoff. And I am guessing Adam Nelson. So Reeves trying to get his guys where he needs them. They had too many out there, and now there's going to be a flag.
Delay a game, too many guys.
Those had to be too many guys because there were still 2 on the play clock.
Oh, they got one of those guys like us here. Johnson City and Carmi are scoreless at the end of 1. That's an important game for both schools.
Well, there we go. So that'll back it up. 4th and 25 from the 17. Clock below the 4-minute mark. Reeves is back to punt. He's going to have to get off a boomer on this one. It's going to spiral, not quite to midfield. As it bounce, well, take a Ram bounce to the 40, back to near midfield at about the 47-yard line.
That was a top flight.
Yes,
that was top flight football there. It was top flight football. No Pro V coming back towards him, hitting bounce forward on this thick grass. It's not going to run very far. How about this? Massac County in the first half leads AJ early, 12-0. As the Patriots look to get a win.
It's interesting.
Waterloo and Carbondale are scoreless at the end of 1.
Really?
Yep.
Interesting.
Go figure there. The Terriers try to get better in week 3, much to our uninformed person.
No doubt. Split left and right for the Knights. Quarterback is Alex Crean, back for his senior year. Stands about 6'4" now as he has 3:41 to work with in the first quarter, up 7-6. And he'll feign a pitch to the outside. Off balance, throw downfield, complete to Nelson at about the 20. He'll run it in for the touchdown. And that is going to be a 47-yard completion to Nelson to give the Knights a 13-6 lead.
Who said the Triad didn't want to throw the football? Caught Mount Vernon sleeping a little bit that time, I believe. Walked up to the line of scrimmage, said, hey, we can try something here. And a 47-yard touchdown pass. Nelson from Crehan makes it a bigger lead for Triad.
He just found some nice cushion on his route up the middle, and All he did was run straight downfield, find a nice pass from his quarterback, Crean, and now the Knights looking to make it 14-6 the point after attempt. 3:30 left in the opening quarter. And just like that, the Rams give up consecutive touchdowns. Of course, the first was on the offense, not the defense. The point after is good to make it 14-6.
Yeah, this is one of those that right now you just don't feel good about the Rams right now. Started out well, and then after that the wheels have been off a little bit, and the offense have been sputtering, and Mount Vernon struggling here right now in this one.
Community First Bank of the Heartland is the official voice of high school sports here on WMIX. That, for all intents and purposes, was one good play for Triad, though. Make your own great play when you open a Community First Bank free high-yield checking account that earns cash back. Just ask for one. Member FDIC. So as unfortunate as that was for the Rams, still a great play.
Yeah, and then Mount Vernon right now got caught in their heels a little bit. Their Daubers dragging a little bit on this field, and they're going to have to pick themselves up. This is not last year. This Triad team's much improved, and right then and there, just a pass down the middle. That's just a route down the middle, down the dotted lines if they were there, and got behind the safeties. That's one of those. The safeties got sucked up on the play action, and when you do that and the safeties guys get behind them, bad things normally happen, and they did right there. Such a good start to this one, and Mount Vernon went bottom out after that.
It definitely would seem that way. As the Knights on to kick off, the Rams have, it's like, Tyus among the men back to return here for the second kick from the Knights. Make that the third as they did kick off. This one will come toward, they'll actually go to the far side, well out of the end zone, out of the back of the end zone. The Rams will have 1st and 10 from their own 20.
Sometimes that's your 12th man on defense, especially at this level, when you got a guy that can kick a football out of the end zone like that and take care of business and keep teams from getting that football in good field position. There's a difference when you make a team go 80 yards instead of having them take it from the 40 or 45. Big difference as far as what goes on as far as your distance goes.
Or some Rams fans, if you haven't found the time to stop by the new Winning Edge at 212 South 9th, you can now buy your gear online. Log on to store.winningedgeusa.com. That's store.winningedgeusa.com. Tyus to the left. On the right, it'll be Derek Waith. Dylan Reeves, the quarterback under center, with Jalen Rush in motion. Inside hand. No, he's going to keep it himself. Fakes the handoff, curls back to the right. Maybe a no gain if the spot is fortunate. It'll bring up 2nd down for the Rams.
Well, it is a tough gainer right now. There's not much offense to give for this Mount Vernon team. They got off to a good start, and then after that, nothing. And Centralia is winning 14-0, and Carterville winning 14-0. So Carterville looks to be a dominant team again in the river-to-river Mississippi side.
How big would a 3-0 start be for the Centralia Orphans?
Oh, huge. With Carbondale coming in next week.
2:50 to play in the opening quarter, 2nd and 9. Ball on the 21-yard line for the Rams. Inside handoff, Andrew Heiner as he bulldozes his way to about the 25. Gain of 4 will make it 3rd and 5 for the Rams, trying to move the ball on the ground as the clock continues with 2:38 left in the first.
Mount Vernon's trying to get out of the shadow of their own goalposts. That's the problem right now for them. They got to get out and say, hey, get away from here.
So now 14-6 your score. Triad on top. Rams trying to get it back. 3rd and 5 from their own 25. Ball between the hashes. Split to the left side now for the Rams. Thought that was Corvier Meredith for a second. Under center, it'll be Reeves. Looking to pitch to the right side for Drew Hester. Trying to get to the sideline as he will be shy of a 1st down from where I sit, but he launched forward toward at the very end. Might have gotten 6 on the play.
Well, might have. Well, they put the 4th down marker up.
Wow.
Let's see where. Yeah, he did step out short on his lunge. That's about a 3-yard gain, and then 4th and short. And Mount Vernon, in that impeccable position again of having to punt the football into the wind again.
They're going to talk about it on this timeout presented by the Medicine Shop Pharmacy. Let's see. Medicine Shop of Mount Vernon, 2339 Broadway. Dr. Eric Black and staff inviting you to the Community Health Fair Saturday morning, September 20th at the Mount Vernon Holiday Inn. Take advantage of low-cost lab work, free continental breakfast, and so much more. Call the Medicine Shop for all the details, 242-8776.
Well, it is Not pretty right now for Mount Vernon. It seems like a tentative team threw the first punch, knocked Triad to the mat, and it seems like Mount Vernon laid back and said, okay, we got this one, and Triad stormed back with 14 unanswered points, and right now the Knights feeding frenzy right now on the Rams in this one as they are taking it to the Rams right now. Mount Vernon again will have to punt into the wind.
Coming out of the timeout, Rams trail 14-6 with 2:05 left in the first quarter. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski on WMIX Mount Vernon, a free service from Withers Broadcasting as we hit the bottom of the hour. Jeff Pro with us, takes care of the video at WMIXsports.com. Hunter Schrader pushing all the buttons back at the powerhouse on Broadway. 2-2-2. Split left, split right for the Rams. Quarterback Reeves is under center with a lone tailback. Pitch going to go to the right side this time. Blocker gets in the way, but first down, maybe some more here along the far sideline to about the, can't see the yard marker from here, at about the 35-ish maybe.
8-yard carry. Mount Vernon gambled that time. Probably better percentage to go and get the first down going into the wind than punting it because you're not going to get much of a break as far as field position. So Mount Vernon will keep it alive and haven't been across the 50 since the hyphen took off on that touchdown run to open the ball game.
See if they can get to it here. Split left and right again. Three backs in the backfield. Hester among them. Heiner. Miller Gray the other with the quarterback Reeves under center. And he will try to plow forward, see if the linebacker leaves a gap. He's across the 40, maybe a gain of about 5 to bring up 2nd and 5 with 90 seconds to go here in the first quarter. The Rams down 14-6 to Triad.
Well, Mount Vernon right now is trying to fight back a little bit in this one. We'll see how this goes.
2nd and 5 for Reeves and the Rams. Meredith to the left, split to the right side as well. Heiner, Miller Gray, and Hester were your last backs with the quarterback Reeves under center. It'll be a pitch to the right side for Drew Hester. He gets to the line of scrimmage, maybe gets a couple on the play. It'll be 3rd, maybe about 3, but there is a flag.
The big thing is Mount Vernon's going to get out shadow their own goalpost. That time, though, the hold there might cause a problem where that flag was. Has to be on the offense. And let's see what happens here. They are ready to march. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That would be the holding variety. 4th penalty on the Rams for 30 yards already here in the first quarter alone.
Well, it'll be about the 27-yard line for the Rams. It'll bring up 2nd and long. Here on the play. Reeves comes back from the sideline. Gets a play from Coach Shaner. Tyus checks back into the ball game. He'll be split to the left. Waith will be on the right. Hester, Heiner, and Miller Gray are your backs here for this Rams set. We'll see what happens on 2nd down and 18 from the 28. Less than a minute to play, down 8 points. Reeves looking to pass. Fade route maybe coming down this left sideline to Tyus. Complete at the 30. Trying to break toward between the hashes at the 20. 15-5. 10. 10-5. How about that? Touchdown.
How about that? Touchdown, baby.
Caught me off guard. 72 yards from Dylan Reeves to Xavier Tyus. And what a play that is for 6.
Man, it's offensive only here in this one. And Mount Vernon right there, 72 yards just like that on the go route. And Mount Vernon back in the ball game with a little deep pattern. Everybody sneaking up in the box closer to the line of scrimmage. Mount Vernon goes over the top deep, caught the pass, got behind the defense, and Mount Vernon fires right back.
Like the play call there. Go instead of the short slant that time that hasn't quite been working. Let it hang a little bit longer on a fade, and Tyus comes away with it behind the corner. And now the Rams will try to tie it up with a 2-point conversion. Less than a minute to play here in the first. Can the Rams get it to 14 all? Trips on the right. Reeves going to try to keep it himself, going in behind his center. Looks like he might have got in, but he was pushed back.
Yep.
So it is no good. The 2-point attempt fails, and it'll remain 14-12 with 45.7 seconds left to go in the opening quarter. But the important thing is the Rams got beyond the 50 and scored. That's
the thing is you got back into the game a little bit after 14 straight Triad points. 26 points already in the first quarter, and 2 of them are on touchdown passes. You wouldn't think that from these two teams on some defensive breakdowns.
Well, after a big week last week, the Rams defense, you knew we were going to have to give up some points eventually, and they've done that here tonight, but right now down 2. It's 14-12, 45.1 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. I'll be interested to see how the second quarter shakes out when they switch sides.
Well, the wind played some factor, but not as much as Triad would have hoped in this one. Somebody's going to wonder, I'm supposed to send scores. I've not sent a score yet. Why? Because there's not been any score. There's been too much here for in this ball game. Hamilton County up 13-0 in the first quarter. Or I should say El Dorado is up 13-0.
And here comes the kick, and that one's going to be high, and falling upon it, and a wise decision, Logan Matz. He'll come away with it, as Triad will have it 1st and 10 from about their own 43-yard line. So that one had some hang time to it, at least.
Yeah, a little hang time here. Everything's starting to roll in all at once. Some happier than others. Vienna Goreville leads Hamilton County 14-0 at the end of one. Cesar-Valera, Waltonville, Woodlawn on the road at Chester up 14-6, and Waterloo now leads Carbondale 14-0, and now Centralia over Charleston 21-0 in the second.
1st and 10 from their own 43 for the Triad Knights. Green is going to keep it himself, and he will be wrapped up almost immediately, but still drag the defenders a couple of yards. It'll be 2nd down. They're going to maybe give about 2 or 3 here. We'll see. It's going to be 2nd and 8 with 30 seconds left here in the first. Down 14-12 for the Rams.
Massac up 12-6 after one on AJ. How interesting is that?
Very interesting. The play will have to get off here in the first, as there's about 2-second differential between game clock and play clock here on the near hash. 2nd and 8 for the Knights. In motion, it'll be Nelson. And this one will be line option again, giving chase. Heiner, I believe, with the initial contact. Will be 1st down on the QB key for Alex Crehan. It'll be a gain of about 12, and we'll have the chains move with about 4.6 seconds left. It'll be 1st and 10 now for the Knights as we near the end of the first.
And what has been a wild first quarter, especially offensively and through the air, as time runs out.
Time has run out in the first quarter. After one, the Triad Knights 14, the Mount Vernon Rams 12. We'll take a break, come back with quarter number 2. This is Rams football powered by Community First Bank.
Hi, this is Joe David Cummins, President of Community First Bank. Now you have heard our new One Checking product. The new One account is a high-interest earning, free checking account designed for everyone. Unlike other banks that pay interest on higher balance, this account pays interest on all balances. From high schoolers to Warren Buffett, One will work for you. You can talk to one of us at 244-3000 and learn about the details. One, exclusively a Community First Bank. You will be one happy customer. Member FDIC.
There's no other Toyota dealership like it in the region. It's totally checked out, chic, and totally new.
Tyler Toyota. Like car heaven.
It's totally brand new.
Totally built for you.
Welcome to Tyler Toyota, the best car and truck buying experience in Southern Illinois.
Totally.
We're celebrating the grand open. Newly renovated and highly celebrated Tyler Toyota. Totally.
Toyota.
Follow us on Twitter at WMIX Sports. This is Mount Vernon Rams football.
Welcome back, WMIX, WMIXsports.com. Glad to have you with us as we head to the second quarter. It'll be 1st and 10 from the Mount Vernon 42 for the Triad Knights, who lead 14-12. Crean, the quarterback, under center. In motion will be Nelson, and he's trying to pitch it to the outside. It'll be picked up off of the fumble on a bad pitch, and now it'll be fumbled by the Rams, who had recovered, and it'll be Triad football. So Heiner, I think, picked up the fumble and tried to make something out of nothing. Got to the 30, passed that to about the 27 in Triad territory, drops the football, and now the Knights have it right back.
Crazy. Double turnover on that possession. Absolute double turnover. And now Mount Vernon, who had it going the other way, now finds themselves in some hot water going this way now. Wow.
As I say, you'll have that. And the Rams have that indeed, as it'll be 1st and 10 for the Knights from their own 27-yard line. 11:50 to play here in the first half. It's 14-12. Knights looking to add to the tally here. Crean, the quarterback, under center. Split left, one on the slot on the left side. Split to the right in motion, Nelson. This time a little bit of a safer handoff, and now almost sniffed out. Brighton Bowers has some contact. It'll be to about the 25-yard line. Loss of 2 unless they get forward progress to the line of scrimmage.
Trickery did not work that time. Nothing was going to happen there. Loss of 4 yards. As this is coming here, Heron's up 21-0 on DuQuoin at the end of one. Whew. Heron's mad. They're still mad after week 1.
I'd say. Community First Bank of the Heartland is the official voice of the Rams here on WMIX. 5 Jefferson County branches and responsive quality service for all of your accounts. Community First Bank would like to be the first to say, welcome back to personal banking. Member FDIC. 2nd and 10 now from the 27 in motion. It's going to be quarterback keeper this time. Brought down, initial contact, I believe, made by Sam Arcuri, the defensive end. And that is going to be 3rd down and maybe about an 8 or 9 on the play.
2 yards. Boy, the scores are rolling in quick. My iPhone is blowing up.
Today is new iPhone pre-order day for those looking for the 6.
Yeah, my 5 works well, though. I'm pretty happy with
5S, that's even better.
Yeah. I went fancy. Well, fancy was in. Marion up 21-0 now as they're going to pound Harrisburg in the ground. They need a win after traveling 1,400 times to Champaign the last 3 weeks.
That they did with Crean under center, split left-right in motion. Evanoff, and this going to be Bowers chasing him down, but he will get away. Hurl it downfield, and this one will be picked off by the Rams on the interception.
Yep.
And at that time, you hoped it wasn't going to be turned back over, but I believe that might have been Gage Burrows on the pick, and the Rams will have it on the turnover.
It's not a full moon. That was earlier this week, but my goodness, the way this game's going, the full moon is out. That ball was thrown, heavily underthrown into the wind. The ball died. Mount Vernon with the pick. Then going the other way, the Ram player ran into one of his defenders, then a Triad defender, ping-ponged around, pinballed around, and ended up at the Triad 46. So Mount Vernon gets the wind and the short field now for this second quarter.
10:16 to play in the second. It's 14-12 Knights. 1st and 10 for the Rams on the Knight 46.
Wow. Effingham up 28-0.
They're looking to prove something.
Well, they're trying to help us out is what they're trying to do.
They are, as Reeves is going to roll to the left side. He's going to be given chase. He'll now roll to the sideline for 1st down. He's going to juke at about the 30 to a dive into about the 28. That'll be a nice run for the quarterback as he gets about 18 or so on the play to make it 1st and 10 for the Rams.
Good end block that time. Couldn't get the read, but boy, a good block. There it is. That's how I got it. Now Derek Waith with a great block on that left side to pin up a corner to keep him from getting to Mr. Reeves. And Reeves can run pretty quick when he wants to. Turn that corner for another Rams 1st down. The Rams driving with 10 minutes to go in the first half, looking to take the lead.
We'll see if they can take this lead. It'll be the first lead they had since the opening drive of the game that turned into a 71-yard touchdown run for DeMontez Miller-Gray. Split to the right side and the left. 3 backs in the backfield. This will be turnaround handoff. Not going to be much. Looks like tried to go off tackle to the left maybe for, I thought that was Drew Hester. We'll see what he got on it, if anything. It'll bring up second down with 9:36 to play in the second quarter.
Yeah. This thing start. Yeah, I can tweet. I've been asked to tweet.
You can follow us on Twitter at WMIX Sports.
Kind of like a game in San Francisco tonight. The wind swirling around.
That it is. It's 2nd and 9 from the Triad 27 with 9:12 to go here in the first half. Rams down 2. Reeves under center in motion. Hester. They're going to try to sweep it to the right side. Looking to get to the sideline. Trying to run too much horizontally, doesn't get much vertically, as he might have gotten to the 25. They're going to give him a nice spot to about the 22 maybe. It'll bring up 3rd down for the Rams. We fall below the 9-minute mark here in the half, and it's still 14-12 Triad.
Well, it is defense optional. There's not a lot of defense in this one, and they're just giving up stuff left and right.
So
and
third.
Go ahead.
3rd and 4 for the Rams from the Triad 23. Ball in the near hash, or where it would be. Split to the left, end on the right. Quarterback Reeves will be under center. In motion, it'll be a sweep coming to Montez Miller-Gray. He'll be pushed back, trying to break a few tackles. Now trying to cut. Leaps forward, shy of the 1st down. It'll be to about the 21. Maybe a gain of 2. It'll bring 4th and short for the Rams. Still trailing by 2 with 8:45 to play in the half.
Had he turned it up just about 2 yards as he started on this field east and then turned back to the south, he had a tremendous gain set up for him, but he elected to go the other way.
So it'll be 4th and 3 for the Rams. Clock drops below the 8:30 mark here in the quarter. See what they do. I think you know. It's Heitmeyer, the first to the line. Split to the right side. It'll be Waith. On the left, it'll be Tyus. Looks like Heiner, Miller-Gray. Maybe Rush your backs. And now a flag on the play. Looked like there might be a time. No?
No. What do we have? We have a flag, and now we have timeout Mount Vernon.
Hey, that was a way to get attention. I have no idea. This timeout's presented by the Medicine Shop Pharmacy and TMS Mobility and Rehab, 2339 Broadway in Mount Vernon. Dr. Eric Black and his staff wish the Rams the very best of luck this 2014 football season. 8:10 to go in the first half, 14-12 game. Rams are down 2 with a 4th down awaiting, 4th and short. Wonder what's going on in that timeout huddle.
We need to get straightened out. Something was up. Their personnel wasn't right for Mount Vernon. They had to kill that play before they snapped the football. 4th and short. Didn't like what they had.
$8:10 to go here in the first half. 14-12. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside. Triad leads by 2. Rams look as if they're content going for it here.
Yeah.
In Triad territory at about the 21, just outside the red zone.
Nashville over Westland 16-6 the end of 1. Pinckneyville now leads Benton in the second quarter 14-0. That'll some of the playing there at home. Pinckneyville's tough. Waterloo over Carbondale 14-0. Centralia up 21-0 on Charleston. So big deficits here in week 3 it looks like, except for this one here.
Waith to the right, Rush in the right slot. Split to the left will be Tyus. Under center the quarterback Dylan Reeves. 2nd and some. Is this going to be a pitch coming to the right side? And there's, they're going to have to turn around, go the other way for DeMontez Miller-Grace. He has a wide open field to the left sideline. 10-5, touchdown. DMG went right. There was everybody, so what does he do but go left? And the Rams take an 18-14 lead.
Did you see the block laid out by Xavier Tyus? You'll see it on the highlight on the cutback. My goodness, he knocked back a Triad defender off his feet. The helmet hole, of course, for the ears, over the nose. And Mount Vernon now with a lead of 18-14 will probably go for 2 here.
So over 100 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns in the first half for DeMontez Miller-Gray as the Rams try to make it at least a touchdown lead here if they can get the 2-point conversion.
What a crazy game.
It has been that indeed. Reeves under center, split to the right. It'll be Waith. Tyus to the left, and they're going to go inside handoff, and it looks like short again. Unless the ball did break the play and I just didn't see it. No, they're going to say just short. And the run, I believe, from, I didn't see who the ball carrier was. I thought it might have been Heiner, but it'll fall short of the 2-point conversion and remain 18-14 with 7:58 left to play. Rams on top.
Well, in 18-14, that's what happened. People leaving. Unbelievable. Just, I mean, if you'd have thought 32 points in this game, that might have been a total. Not with 7:58 to go in the first half. No defense, lots of offense in this one. If you like offense, get to Troy now.
Might have time. The rate this one's going to go. 7:58 left to play in the second quarter. 18-14 Knights on top. Rams trying to win for the first time since 2008 on the road here in Madison County, just off of Highway 40. So glad to have you with us as we approach the 8 o'clock here. About 13 minutes shy. We'll have the Saturday Sports Show coming your way tomorrow from 8:08 until 10 o'clock. It's after the 8 o'clock news right here on AM 940 and WMIXsports.com. Lady Rams are back on the slate on Tuesday. Volleyball matchup at Chagnon Gymnasium. We'll have that for you with video here on AM 940 and WMIXsports.com Tuesday night.
A lot of stuff going on. Carbondale answers. Waterloo only up 14-7 now. Marion is taking Harrisburg to the woodshed. They're taking it out on Harrisburg for having to make all those trips north. So Harrisburg is going to go down in that last game of that series. That was a 7-year contract signed by Harrisburg and Marion. It'll end the night.
Will end tonight as this one's on the ground off of the foot of Reeves, and going back to get it and diving with it is Tyler Brooks, the senior split in. He's 5'9", $170. And he sets a tone for where Triad will start 1st and 10.
The way that football was rolling, as heavy as that football is tonight, the way he caught that football from Triad weighing like $125, he rolled with it. And he rolled with it now. And again, here's the momentum. Triad comes back and scores 14 straight points. Now Mount Vernon has scored 12 straight points. It has been a game of streaks so far offensively for these two teams. And now with 7:56 to go, Triad will go into the win themselves. And after an interception and then another possession, Mount Vernon leads by 4.
1st and 10, and it'll be from their own 31-yard line. 7:56 to play in the first half. Down 18-14 are the Knights. Split to the left side, Jacob Odell. They'll have a man split to the right.
Triad student body to our right down below going crazy.
As the Rams will make some defensive adjustments here. There's play clock has not started yet. Now it will as the whistle blows. The quarterback Crean is under center. In motion, Evanoff, and this is going to be sniffed out by the Rams on the QB keeper, and getting credit for the partial sack at least. Looks like that's Michael Johnson.
Yeah.
Heiner was in there, as were some others. Bowers probably, he had his nose in it.
Well, and Triad right now kind of going back to what Mount Vernon did in that late first quarter, early second, just not getting anything going, spinning their wheels offensively, and it's just not working.
So a loss of 3 for the Knights makes it 2nd and 13, 7:30 to play in the half, and it's 14, make that 18-14. Rams up 4. 2 on the left now for Triad. Crean still under center. Odell left one now in motion. It's Nelson. He'll have a sweep coming to the near side off of the pitch, and there's some Rams waiting, trying to bring him down. It's a wall. Looks like Waith, Bowers, and company. It'll be shy of a first down, maybe to about the 25, which would make it the 35, which would make it a gain of about 8. So it'll be 3rd and about 5, maybe 6 here, depending upon the spot, with 7:11 to play here in the half. Still 18-14, Mount Vernon.
Well, not a bad deal. If Mount Vernon can hold here and take another shot with the wind.
They have to be very proud of the defense if they can hold.
Yeah, this has been a good start.
Carter on the right, Evanoff left. He'll be in motion on the play. Fakes the pitch, comes with a left hand off. As this is not going to be much. Maybe Nelson, a dive forward to about the 36. Gain of 1 will bring up 4th down for the Knights. Let's see if they go for it.
Well, it is one of those where Mount Vernon right now makes a good defensive stop there and will force Triad to punt into the wind. So Triad to get a taste of their own medicine here.
18-14 the score. Rams on top. Triad to punt. Rams back to return. Have Waith at about the 40. He's going to have to take a few steps back. This ends up being a legit punt. Trying to defend the punt. Max protection as this one's going to slip past Tyus. It'll bounce to about the 27 before taking a tumble out of bounds on the near sideline. The Rams will have it 1st and 10 with 6:24 to work with here in the half. They lead 18-14.
You kind of think you need to be up by 2 touchdowns in this one if
Maybe
you're going to hang on,
more.
because you kind of feel you're up 4 here. If you get a touchdown, get up 6, even if you don't get an extra point or 2-point conversion, it could be up 10. I think 10 points is safe tonight if you're going to get out of here, because these two offenses are rolling here tonight.
Well, we'll see if any of these offenses lead to our Tony Wilt player of the game. He is glad to help your family with all of their insurance needs. Give his office a call. Find him on the web at TonyWilt.com or look for the white State Farm Jeep around town. 6:24 left in the second quarter. 18-14 Rams on top. Defense with a nice stop there as they'll split offensively. Tyus to the left, Waith to the right. Quarterback Reeves still under center. In motion will be Miller Gray. He's had the 2 big touchdown runs tonight. Now he looked to go off a sweep, more off tackle. A gain of maybe about 3 as he got between the hashes, past the 30 down to about maybe the 31. We'll see what the actual call is going to be on the spot, but it'll be 2nd down for the Rams as the clock drops below 6 minutes.
6 minutes to go. Mount Vernon, the ultimate would be if Mount Vernon could take this and run this clock down and get out of here at halftime, maybe with some extra, with a touchdown before half. That would be the ultimate here on this one, and not let Triad have it for the rest of the half.
Wholeheartedly agree. As Andrew Heiner, one of the backs for the Rams, he's big on defense, now hoping he'll be big on offense as well. In motion, Miller Gray, and this is going to come from the far side to the near on a sweep. It'll be Jylen Rush trying to get to the sideline. He might have gained a couple on the play. The clock will continue to roll as he got past the 25. It'll be 3rd and short for the Rams. Your community, your choice, your bank, with 5 locations and friends and neighbors on staff who understand your needs. Community First Bank keeps it simple. Welcome back to personal banking. Member FDIC. Community First Bank of the Heartland is the official voice of Rams athletics here on WMIX. Yeah. So Heiner, Hester. Looks like we're out of alliteration as Miller Gray is the other back in the backfield. Split to the left side. Xavier Tyus. Reeves, the quarterback, still under center. Triad will stack the box here as this is going to be Reeves rolling to the left side. He'll have some room to run. Triad stacked the box, and now Reeves has 1st down yardage plus, and he'll be brought down just past midfield toward the outside. It'll be about the Triad 47. Nice scamper on the ground for Reeves, about 17 yards.
Great point by you. 11 guys within about 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. They were going to try to pin Mount Vernon back big, deep, and hard, and Reeves got through. That's what happens in high school football a lot of times. If you have everybody close to the line of scrimmage, somebody busts through, you get a big gain. And Dylan Reeves with a big second quarter. In this second quarter alone, 3 carries, 29 yards.
4:50 to go in the first half. 18-14, Rams on top. The clock will roll now. Split to the right, split to the left. Same set for the Rams. This Shaner's flex bone offense. Looking to the left side. Fade route toward the flag. And this is going to be out of bounds. Overthrown for Xavier Tyus. Went out of bounds at about the 15. So the pass is incomplete. Makes it 2nd and 10 from the 47. Clock stops with 4:36 left in the second
that's
frame.
one of those you got to take a shot again, see if you can catch somebody not being honest defensively. And that time, it didn't do too bad.
You're watching at WMIXSports.com, presented by Ren Lake College, where they offer over 100 degree and certificate programs for thousands less. See which is right for you with full descriptions at rlc.edu and apply online while you're there. 2nd and 10, ball on the far hash from the 47 in Triad territory. Rams up 4, Reeves the quarterback under center. Triad still keeping so many close to the line in that box. It'll be Miller Gray on a sweep to the outside of the left, and he's not going to get much. It'll be a gain of maybe 2.
Yep.
Be 3rd and 8-ish.
2 yards. Clock will stop as Miller Gray got out of bounds. And Mount Vernon, of course, right now kind of pounding the ball up front. It is one of those deals where it's like, hey, guess what? We're going to do it our way. We're going to do it this way. We're going to run the football, and that's all that's going on right now.
See what they can do on 3rd and 8.5 with 4:30 to go in the first half. 18-14, the Rams hanging on to a 4-point lead.
Hey.
From Triad
Come on,
High
get your
School.
stuff taken care of over here.
I don't tape everything down, just some of it. It's kind of a letdown if you tape it down and it still blows away. Is this going to be Reeves rolling out that left side? Does he have running room again? He'll have a first down plus as he gets past the marker. Dives to about the 30, flag on the play. We'll see whom it's against.
Oh, it's not a block in the back. Surely not over there on the left
They
side.
threw it right about the body of Reeves as he tumbled.
Yeah, you hope it's not, but that's right there where a block was, and you got to wonder at the lead to the pad if it was in the back. And we'll see what the call is, and they're looking at the Mount Vernon sideline. Now they're looking back, and they're going to talk to Triad. I think it's the block on the end that time. It's a hold, yep. So the hold will go 5-10 yards. So it actually, Mount Vernon gets a 5-yard plus gain on that play from where the flag will be put, or where the ball will be put. Yep, they gain 5 yards on the run. So there really is no penalty. It just is a 5-yard run, basically from the line of scrimmage.
See what happens here. 4:20 to play. Here in the second quarter, still 18-14, Rams on top. We're in the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios, driven by Tyler, so it'll be about 3rd and 4 on the play. Split to the right for the Rams. Left end is down on the line for Jared Shaner's offense. Miller Gray in motion, sweep to the left side. Let's see if DMG can get the first down, and he will carry up that sideline. Gets just past the first down marker. Maybe a couple yards past it for a gain of about 6 to bring up 1st and 10 for the Rams.
Well, 5-yard run, halftime. Waterloo leads Carbondale 21-7 as Mount Vernon continues to march. And, of course, that's good for Mount Vernon because what they want is to keep that football and keep that clock running here. And they got out of bounds that time, but they got to keep that clock running. I think you don't want to give Triad another shot with a football before this half is over.
Scoreboard updates presented by Bird Watson Drug, who make life easier for you. They will bring their pharmacy right to your door with free prescription delivery service. Split to the right side. Rams have 3 backs in the backfield as tradition. Dylan Reeves, the quarterback under center. Right back will be Miller Gray. Looks like Tyus is actually split to the right side this time. Maybe Waith to the left. As this is going to be an inside handoff to Andrew Heiner, and the orange sleeves gets about 3 or 4 on the play.
Mr. Heiner was getting that football no more than he went down because the way he lined up. The way he was acting, the way he lined up gave a lot of it away.
3:57 to play in the first half. 18-14 your score. Rams have it 2nd and about 6 from the Triad 33-yard line. And it's like the umpire, or the referee, I should say, going to come talk to a judge.
Yeah, I'm going to talk to somebody. They're talking to the band. The band is moving and playing. That's what it is. They're going to have to make an announcement. That's what it'll come up here. The band's moving around, playing drums and whatnot, going in. Yep, the band is playing during the game, and that'll get shut down. Oh, they're not going to do it over the PA. That's sleight of hand. Don't want to do it over a PA and embarrass people.
No problems with that whatsoever in this day and age.
Oh, no, they did.
Oh, take them down.
The band is being taken down over the PA.
It's not the yearbook, it's the PA, we found out tonight. So we love coming to Troy, especially always treated well here at Triad High School, whether it's our trip for football or baseball, and unfortunately don't get to make the trip for basketball. But
why don't we?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yes, it would.
play, Civic. You could throw Civic, Triad, Highland. That'd be nice.
Come together in terms of a conference. There's that option.
There's that option. That'd be great, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would.
How great would it be to come over here and find some new restaurants and different
Hugo
places?
Commissioner.
Oh, is that the All Rivers? Oh, boo hiss as the PA guy knocked off the band.
Raging Rivers Conference.
Oh, Effingham up 34-6 on Civic in the first half.
So all of that aside from the brief delay, it'll be 2nd and 6 for the Rams. Ball in the Triad 33 far hash, 3:43 to play in the half. Rams up 4. It's 18-14. Reeves the QB under center, who almost drew the Triad Knights offside. Reeves going to try to plunge ahead himself, see if he can do some damage on the carry, and maybe a gain. May have cut it in half.
2 yards. Time he dove forward. Yeah, the boo hiss of the band not playing. They're down there in that south end zone going, who told us to quit playing? Well, you can't play during the game, folks. You can't run around and go there and play, especially when Mount Vernon's driving down towards that end zone.
Well, we've seen it happen time and time again, not just here. It happens almost everywhere. So we'll see what happens on this particular drive. It'll be 3rd and about 3 for the Rams. Ball on the Triad 30. Far hash. Reeves, the quarterback, under center. Stop me if you've heard this one before. As in motion will be Miller Gray. Looking to break on a sweep to the left, and he's going to run out of running room. Plum run out of running room. Ran too much east-west, not enough north-south. And the Rams will have 4th down.
When you go short side, that means you're going to run out of real estate quick, and that's what happened there.
Had that tunnel vision to the left, and now it'll be 4th down for the Rams. 4th and 3, I believe, from around the 30-ish. 2:52 left to go here in this first half of play. Rams 18, Triad 14. Not sure what the contract situation is for these two teams.
You hope.
Hope it's a lengthy one. I'll sign up for it right now.
Right.
Going to go for it here. The quarterback Reeves under center. Back to pass, looking for the quick connect. It is going to be through the hands, it looks like, of Tyus, and the Rams will turn it over on down. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Knights from their own 30.
It was there, and Tyus slipped out of his cut a bit. Got both hands on the football, even with the slip. But unfortunately for Mount Vernon, it goes through his hands, and it stops the drive on 4th down. And now Triad will have to go 69 yards in 2 minutes and 48 seconds if they expect to get a score before half.
The WMIX Sports Mobile Studios, driven by Tyler's. Browse Tyler's new Toyota inventory at tylertoyota.net. See how much you can save with the new Tyler Toyota e-discount. Totally Tyler's.
Nashville, who's going to 3-0, leads Westcliff to have 38-12.
Nice.
Yep.
Hornets are back. As of now. Knights with the football, Korean under center, and it's got a nice pitch at the last moment to Nelson in the backfield.
Wow.
And he'll be tackled for a loss. Brighton Bowers had some contact, as did Andrew Heiner, and this is going to be 2nd and long.
The defense for Mount Vernon slept with that couple touchdowns in a row, but they've recovered nicely. And that one, speaking of recovery, Altoff leads Breeze Mater Dei 7-6 at the half. And what is a very physical football game, I'm sure.
Oh, no doubt. Good to see that game on the schedule for both teams.
And now Triad, 2nd and 20, as invitations are not handed out.
Green under center, split to the left and to the right. And now this one was almost sniffed out. The problem is it wasn't the quarterback with the football. As this will get back to the original line of scrimmage for Stephen Evanoff, as this will be a slight gain here. It was 2nd and 20, and it's going to turn into 3rd and about 8 or 9. So the Rams thought they had it sniffed out on the option, but the quarterback option is to Stephen Evanoff. Gets a nice carry, brings up 3rd down at about 9. Ball will move to about the 31.
Hey,
original line of scrimmage was a 30.
I'll save something for after the next play.
All right, is this going to be Nelson this time on the carry? He's going to be chased down. Initial tackle or grab on the jersey, I should say, looked like it might have been Hester. Paris, I believe, was in the entire linebacking core was in on the tackle, and this is going to bring up 4th down with 1:18 to play.
Well, it is a tight one here. Mount Vernon's playing a game against the clock. If Mount Vernon can get out of this half up 18-14 and then Triad has the ball to start the second half, you got to feel pretty good. That and Taylorville leads Rantoul 48-0. That's more playoff points for Mount Vernon.
So 1:02 left to go here in the second quarter. 18-14 to score. Rams up 4. Triad going to kill as much clock as they can here before they punt the football, and who can blame them? As we wait for it with 47 seconds left. And now we will have A timeout for the Knights. Good job by them. They can come off and talk it over now. This timeout is presented by Dr. Eric Black and his staff at the Medicine Shop Pharmacy, 2339 Broadway in Mount Vernon. You're invited to the Medicine Shop's Community Health Fair Saturday morning, September 20th at the Mount Vernon Holiday Inn. Take advantage of low-cost lab work, free continental breakfast, and so much more. Call the Medicine Shop for all the details. 242-8776.
Have to be careful, some trickery here maybe. But you got to be able to see what happens here. Triad right now spinning their wheels a little bit. And Mount Vernon's defense has recovered nicely, which you're happy to see, but you can't be happy here now. And I mean, the only people more mad about things right now is the band than in the south end zone, but you have to feel like at this point, if Mount Vernon can get out of here with an 18-14 halftime lead after the way Triad stormed back into this one, you got to feel pretty good about things if you're Mount Vernon.
Lance Bolt reminds me that softball does play here at Triad, and we did make the trip of that thanks to Chad Baker last spring.
Baseball plays Triad.
I think we mentioned that one.
Baseball plays a lot of these schools, except, you know, hey, that'd be an idea. Look at there. There's another sport that plays each other.
43.5 seconds left in the first half. Good to have Lance tuned in. We'll see him soon, probably the month of November, as he's an assistant for Jeff Lon in Lady Rams basketball. Also have quite a few of his games coming up this spring. What's going on? Is this going to be a punt blocked by the Rams? Probably not a good move to try to come away with it there, as Triad will pick it up, and now probably some hitting that shouldn't be occurring. But what ends up happening is Darius Johnson, I believe it was, tried to come away with it as it went up into the air, and he was tackled with it. And so it'll be Triad football because he touched it. Triad ends up with it, and that was probably not the move to be had right then and there. And with 33 seconds left, the Knights will have the football first and 10.
There's going to be a discussion. I think there's going to be a little discussion without red flags involved at this level. Triad probably will end up with the football. The punt was blocked. Mount Vernon had it, then fumbled it, and Triad got it back. But when Triad got it back, it's not a first down for Triad.
Oh, yeah.
The chains have not moved. But they are going to rule that Mount Vernon, because of possession and the fumble, they made a move with the football, and that's the right call. And Mount Vernon now will have to stop it again with 33 seconds to go. Another crazy play in this game.
It's just a football IQ situation, and now it benefits the Knights. 33 seconds left. They'll have it first and 10 from about their own 28-yard line. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski, WMIX Mount Vernon, a free service from Withers Broadcasting just inside the top of the hour window. We remain legal for another hour. Glad to have you with us from Illinois, Triad High School.
The officials are going to go over and discuss with Mount Vernon how come and why. And that was a case, like you mentioned, football IQ comes into play there. And with that being the case, that's why the football goes to Triad, because Mount Vernon had it and lost it.
About them Red Devils.
Yeah.
Of SVWW.
Yeah.
First and 10 for the 28, 33 seconds left. Inside hand, nope. On the outside, looks like this is going to be Nelson coming to the outside. Got to the left of the sideline to about the 30, maybe a gain of 2. It'll bring up second and 8. 26.1 seconds left in the first half. Yeah. Rams still on top by a score of 18-14.
Sam Arcuri's running off, holding his right arm and shoulder very gingerly. He makes it over to the sideline, heading to the bench. Kerry Hammond will get a look at him. He's subbed out for him with 26 seconds left. Mount Vernon's that much closer to getting the half.
Second and 8 from the 30-yard line. Ball spotted on the near hash. Right to left go the Triad Knights here in the second quarter. The quarterback, Korean, will be under center. The Rams defense ready to roll. Evanoff will be in motion. This could be a pitch that goes wrong. He'll be backed up and falling at about the 5. Now the 4. No yard markers make it tough. It'll be about the 14.
Well, that time there, Evanoff, a pitch from the quarterback, Korean, was at his knees and behind him. And Evanoff had to slide back and make the play to get on the football. Why the clock stopped, I have no idea, but a timeout. Mount Vernon's going to make Triad get a play off again. They're going to use a timeout with 16.7 seconds left. That pitch was low and behind the running back, and therefore nothing could be done.
Timeout presented by the Medicine Shop. You are invited to the Medicine Shop's Community Health Fair Saturday, September the 20th. That's in the morning at the Mount Vernon Holiday Inn. Take advantage of low-cost lab work, free continental breakfast, and so much more. Call the Medicine Shop for all the details. 242-8778, that of course being the 618 area code. 18.3 seconds left to go in the first half. Still an 18-14 game. Rams up 4. in their final non-conference action before going into a South 7 showdown with the Althoff Crusaders next Friday. 6:30 will be your pregame. 7 o'clock your kickoff right here on AM 940 and WMIXsports.com. We have learned when we return to the FM, and as of right now, unless the Cardinals have a monumental collapse and do not make the postseason, looks like October the 10th. Return to the simulcast dominance. That'll be against Cahokia.
At
I
home.
believe it is. Not so good with dates, comparing them to weeks.
Right.
You know?
Halfway through September as of Monday.
Hey, how about that? I need tape, apparently. I
Yeah.
got some. In motion, the potential ball carrier. This looks like it's going to be Nelson. Trying to sweep to the near side. He's at the 20. He's going to break through 25-30. Tiptoes to the sideline 35. Past midfield. He is going to be off to the races. 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. No flags. Touchdown. Going to be a 77-yard touchdown run by number 23, Adam Nelson. And the junior running back has himself a Triad lead to make it 20-18.
You let him cut the corner. He had the slant, the angle, and gone. The speed got the touchdown, and Triad will take the lead in the halftime, at least 20-18, maybe more.
And Triad turns the lack of IQ into a TD to make it 20-18 here late in the first half.
Mount Vernon got caught, and got caught badly up front on the line, and that was a pretty nice run by Nelson, which becomes the first down for Triad of the second quarter. What a run. And now we have a timeout. Triad can't figure out what they're supposed to do.
Hey, how about this? You're invited to the Medicine Shops Community Health Fair Saturday morning, September 20th. Holiday Inn, Mount Vernon, of course. Take advantage of low-cost lab work, a free continental breakfast, and so much more. Call the Medicine Shop for all the details. That's 618-242-8776.
And Triad now also will get the ball to start the second half. So right now, Mount Vernon had everything set up, go back and play defense, start the second half with a lead. And they let the slant come on the pitch. And you could see it from our angle on this side of the field. Nelson turns that corner, and they blocked down the safety, the last guy, last resistance. And once they blocked him down toward the sideline, Nelson tiptoed the tightrope and went on the down for the 77-yard run.
That's exactly how it turned out as we await the point after attempt for the Knights. Just 3.6 seconds left in the half. 8 to make it 20-18. Triad on top. I would assume they will go for the extra point. Try to make it a field goal lead as they go into the locker room. Rams had an 18-14 lead. Looked like it would stay there, but they end up turning it over on a punt that they had partially blocked. They try to catch it to add to their field position as here comes the kick. It looks like it splits the uprights rather cleanly, and it does off of the boot of Dan Hilling. And that'll make it 21-18. Up a field goal are the Knights of the Mississippi Valley Conference, while the South 7 Conference is Mount Vernon Rams. Went from, I guess you could say, the penthouse to the outhouse before half.
Yeah, there was no doubt about that. It was not what Mount Vernon had envisioned going into halftime. And boy, Mount Vernon let one get away, and you wonder if that's a play there when you look back in this game, if it goes the way of the Knights. If you look back and go, yeah, that was the one that cost Mount Vernon. Man, that's tough to take. You know it?
I know it.
When you
Indeed
have them pinned in, pinned down, and ready to go, and they have one first down, and that was the only. They had no first downs coming in that play, and all of a sudden on one play, bang, it's over. That hurts.
We'll talk about how bad it hurt in your second chance auto halftime show. We'll also have a look at scoring and stats, a scoreboard update as we take a look at some of the games going on in Week 3 tonight. We know the Centralia Orphans are at Charleston, a team the Rams shut out a week ago. Orphans appear to be having some early success. Marion throttling Harrisburg early action.
Here's one.
Okay.
They were negative 11 yards before that run of 77 yards.
Yeah, you'll have that. Somehow the negative 11 turns into a positive 66 and a score.
Yep. Amazing, isn't it, how that goes?
Back to return for the Rams. Well, I can't. My eyesight's horrible.
Well, we're in a building with lights on a darkened field.
Not a fan of that. I'm going to say Miller Gray and Michael Johnson out of the process of elimination, or just by history repeating itself. 3.6 seconds left in the first half. Hilling on to kick after a successful point after. Here it comes. Not going to go too deep. Looks like it'll take a bounce. Actually, it'll take a Triad bounce, and it looks like the Knights may come up with it. Nope. Rams barely get it through Miller Gray, and that should have been enough time to kill all of it off of the clock. We have reached the end of 2 quarters for Madison County. The Triad Knights 21, the Mount Vernon Rams 18. We've reached the half. We'll come back with your Second Chance Auto halftime show. This is Mount Vernon Rams football presented by Community First Bank.
The Medicine Shop in Mount Vernon is inviting you to their community health fair. Join us Saturday, September 20th at the Holiday Inn Ballroom and Atrium in Mount Vernon. Not going to meet your deductible? Take advantage of the low-cost lab work that Saturday morning. PSA test only $27. CBC, $10. TSH test, $25. And lipid test, $20. We'll have speakers and seminars discussing many new and exciting topics. Eric Black will talk about hormone replacement therapy. Dr. David Asbury will discuss robotic surgery technology. There's healthy cooking demonstrations beginning at 9 a.m. A free continental breakfast will be served, and free tote bags will be given away to the first 500 guests. Save the date, Saturday, September 20th from 7:30 till 11 a.m. It's the Medicine Shop's Community Health Fair at the Holiday Inn Ballroom and Atrium in Mount Vernon. Call us 618-242-8776 for more information.
Looking for a free checking account that gives you rewards or high interest? Introducing Ching at People's National Bank. A Visa Check Card, e-statements, mobile banking, MoneyPass nationwide ATMs, only $100 to open, and you get to choose between cash and cash back. Stop by People's National Bank, visit peoplesnationalbank.com, or give me a call, Monica Wills, 241-6924, for details and qualifications. People's National Bank, your home for the best rewards checking on the market. Qualifications and rules apply. Member FDIC.
More Americans are on the move today than ever before. One of the most popular modes of transportation is the motorcycle. Motorcycles take us to our jobs, school, to the beach, and all around the country. If you're a bike rider, your Pekin Insurance Agency, Page Insurance on Crownview in Mount Vernon, wants to make sure you have the best insurance protection while you're riding. Ask about the money-saving auto cycle discount and the experienced driver discount, too. Call Page Insurance at 242-7000 today about motorcycle insurance from Pekin Insurance.
Backaches, bad hips, rickety knees? Why not try aquatic therapy? The Red Lake College Aquatic Center has more than a swimming pool. Try a 6-lane, 75-foot lap pool along with a whirlpool 10 feet in diameter and a 10-foot by 20 hydrotherapy pool. Aquatic therapy is very affordable. In many cases, the tuition is waived entirely. With special access and dressing areas for the elderly and physically challenged, getting in the water is easy. Experts are on hand to assist with various areas of aquatic fitness and rehab. Call 437-5321 extension 1207 or visit rlc.edu.
Second Chance Auto in Mount Vernon offers great quality cars at bank rate financing. That's great news. Who else in the area can offer you that? For nearly 35 years, they've been helping people with good and not so good credit get a good vehicle at a good price. Just make your payments on time, and they'll save you thousands of dollars on the total price of your vehicle. Find out if you qualify by calling Jimmy and the crew at Second Chance Auto today at 244-2. Second Chance Auto. Or stop by Route 142 East in Mount Vernon. You won't be disappointed.
This is Mount Vernon Rams football from WMIX Sports. The Second Chance Auto halftime show starts now.
Welcome back, AM 940, WMIXsports.com. Glad to have those of you watching online as the Mount Vernon Rams trail the Triad Knights to a tune of 21-18. The Rams were up 18-14 with less than a minute to play in the first half. Looked like they were going to get the football back and maybe try to get another score before running to the locker room. But off a punt, partially blocked, ended up turning it over. And the Rams now trail 21-18 after a 77-yard touchdown run by Adam Nelson. Gives the Knights a lead. This is your Second Chance Auto halftime show. Second Chance Auto, Route 142 East in Mount Vernon. Proud sponsors of the Mount Vernon Rams, of course, which Buy Here, Pay Here dealership offers the largest selection of quality, dependable vehicles in one location at a great price, and family-owned and operated for 35 years. Well, the answer is Second Chance Auto. Stop by their impressive lot at Route 142 East in Mount Vernon. Plenty of breaks to take here on your Second Chance Auto halftime show. We'll take one now. The Rams trail the Knights 21-18 from Triad. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports.
Hi, I'm Matt Collier, Marketing Director at Schmidt Ford Salem, 9-year veteran of the United States Army, and I understand the integrity behind these words: honor, tradition, loyalty. Schmidt Ford Salem stands behind these very words. Let me, Matt Collier, or one of our fine sales associates, help you with your vehicle needs at Schmidt Ford Salem. Contact us at 618-548-1711, schmidtfordsalem.com, or find us on Facebook.
Rams fans, check out the Rams apparel at Winning Edge.
They have the largest supply of MVCHS t-shirts, hoodies, golf shirts, caps, bags, and more. If you can't find the right item, they'll customize it for you. In addition to the great selection of brand gear, Winning Edge specializes in screen printing and embroidery, which are the longest-lasting promotional items. Winning Edge will get you the right active wear for your business, school, or event, and will help you make a lasting impression. Find Winning Edge downtown at 212 South 9th Street, on the web at winningedgeusa.com, and on Facebook.
Broadcasting live from the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios, driven by Tyler's. This is Mount Vernon Rams football.
Welcome back, WMIX, WMIXsports.com. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside from Triad High School. Here at the break, the Mount Vernon Rams trail 21-18. This is your Second Chance Auto halftime show. Glad to have you along for the ride. Rams looked like they had something pretty good going there, up 18-14 and a couple of miscues, and now they find themselves down a field goal here after 2 quarters of play.
Well, had everything going their way, and you just felt like, hey, it's one of those deals where Mount Vernon, if you could have got to half up the score of 18-14, you'd have felt pretty good. But Triad gets one gimmick play, a stretch play to the left side, and what a good run by Triad by Nelson, turns up the field, and like that, you go from having a lead to not having a lead in Mount Vernon right now. Really, if you look back and if Mount Vernon loses this game, it'll be that play right before half that I think was the turning tale of this game.
Well, we'll see how they come back in half number 2. We have plenty more to talk about in your Second Chance Auto halftime show. We have a look at your scoring and stats. We even have a scoreboard update from around the area. We'll take another commercial break. This is the Second Chance Auto halftime show. Mount Vernon Rams football from WMIX Sports.
I have been suffering with carpal tunnel for years, coping with the symptoms of tingling with my fingers and gradually getting worse to the total numbness of my hands. My fingers were so numb and swollen, I couldn't even bend them. It was waking me up several times at night, and I was exhausted all day.
If this sounds familiar, you may be suffering from a condition called carpal tunnel syndrome. Dr. Ahn at the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois specializes in treatment of the hand and wrist and treats carpal tunnel as well as treatment of the shoulder and elbow. He performs a minimally invasive procedure on patients who fail to respond to non-surgical methods of treatment. Endoscopic carpal tunnel relief is a surgical treatment used to minimize pain, reduce scarring, reduce therapy, and allows patients to resume normal activities in a short period of time. Endoscopic surgery is a highly effective treatment and has been used for more than 20 years. For an appointment, please call Dr. Ahn at the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois at 242-3778 or visit us online at orthocenter-si.com.
Here's Jeff Schmidt for Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac of Mount Vernon.
We believe that service sells cars. We understand that people expect good service, but we like to go far past that and go into the wow factor. We really like to wow our customers. We also have a shuttle service, something that very few dealerships have. We can shuttle you to work. We can come and pick you up when your car is done, deliver it, whatever. We will work with you. And if you're not already, we'd love to have you as a customer.
Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac of Mount Vernon, 3423 Broadway in Mount Vernon.
Your home for the Mount Vernon Rams is WMIX Sports, powered by Community First Bank.
Welcome back, AM 940, WMIXsports.com, where you're watching us online. Your Second Chance Auto halftime show. Mount Vernon Rams trail the Triad Knights 21-18. With Danny Czerwinski, I'm Chris Hugo. Jeff Crow takes care of the video for WMIXsports.com. Hunter Schrader pushes the buttons back at the Powerhouse on Broadway. Second Chance Auto, Route 142 East. And Mount Vernon, longtime supporters of the Mount Vernon Rams. What other buy here, pay here dealer in the area can save you hundreds, even thousands on the total cost of your vehicle? Second Chance Auto can. Stop by their impressive lot and find out more. Second Chance Auto, Route 142 East, Mount Vernon. Of course, we have your scoring and stats from the first half of action as the Rams trail Triad.
Well, Mount Vernon does trail Triad 21-18 here at the half. Mount Vernon with 8 first downs, 4 in each quarter. Triad had only 4 first downs in the first half. The one was on the long running play that set up the game, the go-ahead touchdown late in this first half. They had 4 turnovers. Mount Vernon has 3. Triad had 1. Mount Vernon did not have any penalties in the second quarter, so there are 3 penalties for 40 yards. No penalties on Triad in the second quarter, so 3 for 15. Rushing was Mount Vernon, 217 yards total to 106 for Triad. Passing, Mount Vernon was 72 yards to 47, so your totals at the half. Mount Vernon dominating 289 to 153 in total yardage, but on the scoreboard where it's the most important, Mount Vernon trails Triad 21-18.
There's your scoring and stats for the first half of play. here on your Second Chance Auto halftime show. The Rams looked impressive at times. I mean, you don't want to say it was a tale of two quarters because it really wasn't that way. It's just a couple of miscues for the Rams. See them down by a field goal here at the half, and the Rams had a great drive early, the first drive of the game, and then the 71-yard touchdown run for DeMontez Miller-Gray, DC, but a pick six right after that, a touchdown right after that. Defense stands strong for a few drives, holding Triad at negative 11 yards, as we discussed. And then Triad comes back with a 77-yard touchdown run after kind of a mental miscue, and they have the lead right now, but still 24 minutes of football to be played.
5 touchdowns in the first half. Mount Vernon started out with 6 of their own. Triad runs back with 14 of their own. Mount Vernon comes back with 6, and Triad ends it with 7. So Triad's up 21-18. You feel like the last play of the first half. We'll talk about it here. We'll talk about it at the end of the game. We'll talk about it tomorrow morning on the Saturday Sports Show. That play at the end of the half where Triad is able to bust that play on just a spread play and basically just a stretch play on the left side, and Nelson was able to turn the corner, and Mount Vernon was caught defensively napping, and they were let down again, and that's when Triad stretched that run, and down the field they went 77 yards. Only first down of the second quarter, only points there in that late 5 or 6 minutes. There's nothing you can do. I mean, that's a letdown. And again, that's been the thing with Mount Vernon this year through 2.5 games. They've had letdowns in key situations where it's cost them in the first week or got them in a situation like it is here as we head into the second half.
Well, we head into the second half right now. It's your Second Chance Auto halftime show from Triad High School, the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios. We need to take a break. When we come back, we'll have a Bird Watson Drugs scoreboard update. This is Rams football powered by Community First Bank.
There's no other Toyota dealership like it in the region. It's totally techno, chic, and totally new.
Tyler Toyota. Like car heaven.
It's totally brand new.
Totally built for you.
Welcome to Tyler Toyota, the best car and truck buying experience in Southern Illinois. Total.
Totally.
We're celebrating the grand opening. Newly renovated and highly celebrated Tyler Toyota. Totally.
Toyota.
Are you interested in a career in the culinary arts but can never afford the high cost of cooking school? Red Lake College has a low-cost recipe for success. For as little as $5,500 per year, you can get a quality culinary arts education in your own backyard. That even includes books, tuition, class fees, and supplies. Learn to master domestic fare, pastry, and foreign cuisine in Minot, Illinois. 8,000 on a culinary arts education at Red Lake College. For more information, log on to rlc.edu/culinary arts.
Back to Mount Vernon Rams football, powered by Community First Bank of the Heartland.
Welcome back, AM 940, WMIXsports.com. The Rams simulcast yet again. It'll return, as we know, as of now, on October the 10th. The Mount Vernon Rams and the Cahokia Comanches, 94.1 FM, AM 940, and WMIXsports.com. Unless the Rams. These are the Rams. St. Louis Rams are always on the AM. We're talking about the St. Louis Cardinals, unless there's some sort of monumental clap.
Wow.
If that it claps, even.
That's not happening.
You don't want the other either.
No, horseshoe's good. Golden horseshoe's ready to go.
So there we go. But
Yes.
How about a scoreboard?
Okay, I'll get you out of that. I messed you up by doing it.
You didn't mess me up. Actually said something else.
I know.
Really bad.
I didn't. Halftime, Altoff leads Breeze Mater Dei 7-6. Carbondale now trails Waterloo in the third on the road 28-7. Centralia at the half leads Chucktown 28-0. Marion all over Harrisburg at the half 35-0. In the Black Diamond, Johnston City leads Carmi 7-6 at the half. CZR on the road at El Dorado leads 18-14 at the half. Cesar-Valera Waltonville Woodlawn made the long trek to Chester, and they lead Popeye's hometown by a score of 22-14. And Vienna Goreville leads Hamilton County 13-6. That is in the third quarter. A.J. Massac tied at the half at 20. Murfreesboro has come back from down 14 to tie Carterville at 14 in the third on the road. Heron got 300-plus yards running in the first half. Leads DuQuoin at home 35-0. Nashville looking to go 3-0. Leads Westland 38-12. Pinckneyville has scored another touchdown off a Benton turnover in the third at home. Leads Benton 21-0. And then in the second quarter, Sparta and West Frankfort were tied at 8. Early First Jersey over Salem 12-0 at the half. Effingham making a push for a Friday night game at home in the playoffs. Leads Civic 34-6. Mount Carmel, Week 9 opponent for the Rams, leads Princeton, Indiana 14-7. All Neil Red Edwards County 21-16 at the half. Columbia over DuPont 33-0 at the half. Carlisle over Redbud 26-0 at the half. Week 1 opponent Taylorville giving Mount Vernon more playoff points, leading Rantoul 48-0 on the road. And Freeburg over Central 20-13. That is at the half.
Scoreboard update presented by Bird Watson Drug of Mount Vernon. 2 locations to serve you better. October 7th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. is Healthy Leg Day. Do you have questions about varicose veins or spider veins? Do your legs feel tired after standing all day? Come to 12th and Main for a free leg screening and fitting from a certified fitter and save 10%. October 7th only at Bird Watson Drug on 12th and Main in Mount Vernon. So there we go. We need to take a break on your Second Chance Auto halftime show. When we come back, we'll talk about a little bit about the first half. We've talked about that at length. They talk about what's to come in the second. It's 21-18. Triad after 2. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports.
At Banterra, we understand that banking is a relationship. It's a friendly face that knows your name, understands your needs, supports your goals. Banterra offers a complete range of personal and business banking products with competitive rates and loans that range from small projects to multi-million-dollar opportunities. We offer conveniences such as online banking, mobile banking, and direct deposit. For a strong community bank with exceptional customer service, Banterra is a smart choice for your banking needs. Banterra Bank, a proud supporter of Southern Illinois High School sports. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Learn to live healthy, learn to live well, and learn how you can live free from unexpected medical expense with a major medical expense policy from Pekin Insurance and the Page Agency. Health insurance that covers hospital, medical, and surgical expenses offers a wide choice of deductibles and a non-tobacco user discount, too. Rising medical costs don't have to be a problem with a major medical expense policy from Pekin Insurance. This is coverage we hope you'll never need, but you just can't be without. Call the Page Agency at 242-7000 about a major medical health insurance plan today.
Streaming worldwide at WMIXSports.com. This is Mount Vernon Rams football from WMIX Sports.
It is indeed. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside Jeff Crow with us. Hunter Schrader back at the Mount Vernon studios as the Mount Vernon Rams trail the Triad Knights by a score of 21-18. This is your Second Chance Auto halftime show. They are on Route 142 East in Mount Vernon. Well, they are. They have your largest selection of pre-owned vehicles priced at $10,000 in one location. Bank rented financing for all. What other buy here, pay here dealer in the area can save you hundreds, even thousands on the total cost of your vehicle? Second Chance Auto can. Long-time proud supporters of the Mount Vernon Rams. So about 2 minutes left on the conditioning clock here at the break at Triad High School. Rams down a field goal. What do the Rams need to do in the second half to come away with the win? Looks like pretty well what they need to do is shore up things from an IQ standpoint. They might be all right.
Well, big plays. Last year's team didn't seem to have those letdowns. You know, not ones that really cost them ball games in the truest sense of the word. And right now, it's one of those deals where Mount Vernon's had a couple plays here in this first half that you go back and look at the letdowns, and I not physically, just mentally, as you said. And I think again that last first half touchdown will be huge. Going into this second half, the opening drive here, Triad has the ball to start this second half. Mount Vernon's got to make a stand early, got to make a defensive step up and take advantage there early. Then you've got on defense, you have shown you can control Triad. Basically, that second quarter was Mount Vernon defensively until they were already in the locker room mentally for that last play. You've got to get back to what you're doing in that first half, and Mount Vernon had Triad shut down a lot in that second quarter especially. It's time for Mount Vernon to step up and not let down. It's kind of like, and you don't want to say this in week 3, but it's kind of like they're laying back on last year a little bit, saying, hey, we're going to be all right, or we can make the plays, or whatever, we'll take some time off. This is one of those where Mount Vernon has to step up. This is a different team, different setup, and this team is now time to step up and make some plays and not let down.
Well, it's a smart football team, and with a pretty staunch defense. Defense played well a week ago, has played well here tonight. Only, let's see, one of the touchdowns does not belong to them. So really, in terms of defense, I mean, they have a lead out there themselves, but it just seems like this is the team capable of winning this game. Just need to see said team in the second half.
Right. I mean, it's a team that has to step up and make their own stuff. And right now, letdowns can happen. I mean, you play in this 5A and up, you can't make these plays and not make plays, I should say, letdowns. You've got to make some step-ups here. And Mount Vernon will kick off from their 40 here to start the third. into the stiff north breeze. The flag is still whipping off the flagpole in the south end into their face. So it's important for Mount Vernon to get as good a kick as possible and get coverage here and make Alton go as long and far down the field as they have to go. And what is a wild and crazy night in Southern Illinois. A lot of blowouts going on. Some close ones, but a lot of blowouts there in week number 3.
As the Rams will kick off here in the second half, and just like that, it'll be picked up at about the 20. As he will come to the near side, he's between the hashes, past the 35 to the 40, where he's brought down. It'll be 1st and 10. Knights will have the football from their own 40.
Decent field position for Triad from the 40. With the wind in the third quarter, Mount Vernon will have the wind in the fourth. So Mount Vernon won that coin toss as we look back.
Always bank on your hometown team, Community First Bank. Home with a one account featuring free checking and high yield interest.
Triad also plays soccer out here on this field.
That they do.
You would think they would. Oh, yes, we get the fist pump to our left. But you would think in the near future that turf would arrive here at Triad.
Only a matter of time because Carter split left, Odell split to the right. Quarterback Grian is under center in motion. Ebanoff. And this is going to be a handoff going left side to Potteroff. First time we've seen him tonight, and he's already at the opposing 40. 35, 25, 20, 15. Gage Burrows trying to make a touchdown saving tackle. He'll do that inside the 5.
55-yard run off the left side, just a little dive play, and Potteroff was off and running, and boy, oh boy, it is trouble brewing here for Mount Vernon here in this third quarter. Man. Adjustments hurting Mount Vernon right out of the gate.
Hurting Mount Vernon in a big, big way. The Knights threatening here. 1st and goal from the 3 with 11:35 to play in the third quarter. 21-18. Triad looking to add to their lead. Quarterback Rian under center, split to the right and to the left. Looks like Brooks is to the right. It's going to be a quarterback keeper perhaps. There's a big pile shy of the goal line. Flag coming from the referee behind.
Well, might be a hold. We'll see. Uh-oh. Aiding and abetting the runner. That's 5 yards. Well, that's an interesting call. You don't see that very much at this level. Usually it's kind of looked away upon. So aiding and abetting the runner will cost 5 yards.
55 degrees now.
Feels colder than that sitting out here all night.
The exact same thing. 11:21 to go here in the third quarter. It'll be an and goal situation here for the Knights.
Ball's at the 7. 1st and goal at the 7. Mount Vernon step up and make a goal line stand here on 4 plays. That would give you some momentum here in this third quarter as the clock runs.
As Jordan Carter checks back into the game.
I notice the play clocks are shut off. I guess one is not working.
Had some issues with that in the first half. And done for the night as Brooks is split to the right. Man in the slot left. In motion. Korean's going to take it himself as he rolled left. Looks like he has plenty of running room. And he's in for the touchdown. Everybody thought the play was over, but he's the one who had the football. And he'll go in 7 yards for the score. It's 27-18.
That did not take long. Did not take long.
10:50 left here in the third quarter.
A minute 10?
Yeah.
Did not take long. Mount Vernon right now is stumbling and bumbling.
The point after is nothing but good. Up 10 now are the Knights, 28-18 with 10:50 left to go in the third quarter. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski. Jeff Crow with us here from Madison County. Hunter Schrader back in Jefferson County at the WMIX studios on Broadway. Ooh. So just like that, that'll take some wind out of your sails.
Well, and remember I said 10 points in this game would mean a lot. And now Triad has the first 10-point lead in the second half. And if you're Mount Vernon, you have got to get something here. I'm not talking first downs. I'm saying you have got to get some scoring and points. And this Triad team, young, feisty, expected to get back into winning, and they're up 28-18, 2 scores on a team that when they're behind does not come back from behind very well. And down 10 with a running offense, Mount Vernon's in a heap of trouble here in Madison County.
Well, Dan Hilling on to kick off. Back to return for the Rams. Miller Gray standing at about the goal line. Chilly night from Troy, Illinois.
Yeah, sweat last week, cold this week.
Kick will go end over end. It'll go past Michael Johnson into the end zone, out of the end zone even. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Rams from their own 20 on the touchback.
That's the kind of guy you need out there at midfield, kind of launch one in there on sides and take it off for a score. Could do that. Well, you don't want to start saying, well, this is the year, this is the season, but this is the kind of game you have been in control in, and you've had a lead, and now 10 straight points by Triad has been rattled off. So you got to be careful, and you got to say, it's time to make or break here.
See if the Rams can make. Split to the left and to the right for the senior quarterback Reeves. Hester, Heiner, Miller Gray, your backs. Hester will go into the right slot. Some confusion amongst the Triad defense as they slip and slide around. In motion, Miller Gray. Inside handoff coming to Heiner. Bounces off of a tackle and not going to get very far as some arms are in there. Gain of maybe 1.5. It'll bring up 2nd and 8 for the Rams on the 22-ish.
Well, it is maybe a long grinding drive to knock some people down a little bit, maybe wear Triad down. That's probably what you're looking at right now.
Your community, your choice, your bank. 5 locations and friends and neighbors on staff who understand your needs. Community First Bank keeps it simple. Welcome back to personal banking. Member FDIC. Reeves under center for the Rams. Hester in motion. It was a double handoff. Ends up with Miller Gray, and he's going to be tackled for a loss beyond the 20 to about the 19. The loss of about 3 will bring up 3rd and 11 for the Rams as we drop below the 10-minute mark of this third quarter. And with the defense allowing a big play, the offense appears to be sputtering here in the half.
Yeah, this is not what we had hoped. This offense, as you said, not getting it done right now. The defense for Triad has stepped up too. They're starting to figure out some patterns that Mount Vernon's bringing up, and they're blocking a little differently up front.
Split to the left, it'll be Xavier Tyus. So on the right, it'll be Derek Waith. In motion, it'll be Hester. That's where the carry's going to go. He got bounced to the back on a sweep, and he'll be brought down for a big loss past the 15 to about the 13. That'll be a loss of about 7. It's going to be 4th and forever for the Rams.
And punting into the wind as well. And right now, Triad is starting to feed, and they're starting to understand where Mount Vernon's going, and they are really getting very aggressive up front as far as run blitzing, doing some stunts up front to kind of catch Mount Vernon off guard. Then the blitz comes from a linebacker different ways, different areas, and Mount Vernon's really caught off guard right now.
So we await the snap as the Rams are going to punt on 4th and 17. Here comes a line drive punt, and that one is going to take a nice bounce, allow the Rams tackles time to get there. But Evanoff is going to slip past a few of them. There's a couple of flags around midfield. Is this going to be brought down, pulled down at about the 36? But like I said, multiple hankies.
Multiple hankies, and it makes you wonder who or what the penalties are on at this point. Marion's at a short game running clock. Heron's winning short game, going to be running clock. As the officials will get together at about the 40-yard line, which would be the Mount Vernon side of the field. They're going to Triad first. So 2 separate penalties here, and they'll have to go through option A, B, C, and D, depending on how the penalties line up.
28-18 the score at the moment. The Rams punted off to the Knights with 8:44 to play in the third quarter. 10-point margin. Again, Triad 28, Mount Vernon 18. Triad looking to go to 3-0. The Rams trying to get to 2-1. Knights next week open up a conference play on the road at Bethalto as they'll have the Civic Memorial Eagles. Rams return home for the Altsoff Crusaders. Both of those games Friday night.
Triad has to feel good about next week. Civic getting dominated by Effingham. Now, interesting, Triad changes off. And it looks like, let's see, we're going to get an explanation here. We have an eligible man downfield. That's declined. We have a block in the back.
Okay.
Okay, offsetting, I guess. Had an eligible man downfield from Mount Vernon before the punt was kicked. And then block in the back by Triad. They kind of offset each other, and then we'll set the chains, and Triad will come out with a ball wanting to go up by more than 10.
All right.
This It is not good. This is the first season here in trouble. If you're 1-2 with Althoff coming in next week, you got some troubles.
Rend Lake College is a nationally ranked community college that can save you thousands. With smaller class sizes and over 100 degree and certificate programs, your journey starts here. Apply online at rlc.edu as Rend Lake College presents the video at WMIXsports.com as the White Hat comes over to confer with the Triad huddle.
Yeah. This officiating crew is a veteran crew, and they will get it straight. If there's a ruling needed on golf, that lead official, the referee will definitely know what rule to get. Not because he plays the same course I do, but he knows the rules.
There you go. So now it'll be 1st and 10 for the Knights. 8:44 to play in the third. 28-18 your score. The Rams are down what feels like an insurmountable 10 points at this point. Odell to the right. 2 on the left now for the Triad Knights. Cree on the quarterback under center in motion. Had Nelson. It's going to be an inside handoff, and it's going to get a few on the play, shy of midfield.
They're using Nelson's decoy that time.
Yeah, Potteroff.
Yeah, Potteroff is starting to get in. He didn't have a lot of carries right in this first half, but he's starting to be that second half back right now for Triad. This is the kind of drive here that Triad can march down the field, knock off 4 or 5 minutes, and then you're going, what has happened to the clock? It's gone.
Big drive in waiting as it'll now be 2nd and 6 on the 4-yard gain by Potteroff. Ball on the Mount Vernon 49-yard line inside the far hash. Green is under center, split left and right again. 3 backs in the backfield. Going to have a back in motion, but not going to need it as it looks like it goes Potteroff again, straight up the gut, and he's going to get first down yardage on the play. A gain of about 8 as he gets to about the 41-yard line in Ram territory.
Tough yardage. You just hand it off to the fullback, and he takes it up the middle, and hopefully he can get some blocks. And right now that's what's happening, and it is dire straits here for Mount Vernon based on defense and not being able to knock Triad back.
Trying to turn this into another successful drive with 7:42 to play in the third quarter. 28-18. Triad on top, looking to remain in control. Crean under center, in motion. Nelson, but it's an inside handoff. It looks like Potteroff again. Trying to beat the wall of Rams. We're able to come in upon Potteroff, and he might lose 1 on the play to bring up 2nd and long. By long, I mean 10.5, 11.
Yeah.
Not forever.
But Triad right now up 10, they don't care. You know, 3 plays first down, 3 plays first down. It works out great. Clock runs with a 10-point lead with 7:05 to go in this third quarter. That's playing right into the hands of Triad at this point.
Clock wasted as advantage earned for the Triad Knights here in the third quarter. 6:55 to play in the third. 2nd and 10, if they call it a no gain from the 42. Far hash. It's going to be a pitch coming to the right side. And what a play it's going to be to Evanoff as he gets to the 30.
Yep.
Found a seam, found a gap to the right side on a sweep. And sweeps for about 12 or more.
You feel the
22.
python starting to wrap itself around the Rams' defense as they get a little more tired. You see some guys hands on hips kind of dragging. That python wraps around and starts squeezing the life out of the Rams' defense. And the python is the Knights' offense right now. They are flat pounding Mount Vernon hat on hat right now in the trenches and knocking the white shirts back. And it's just man-on-man blocking right now. Triad's winning in the trenches.
Carter split left, Brooks split to the right, Crean under center now for Triad. Potter off the tailback, in motion Evanoff, and it's going to be quarterback keeping it himself. Here goes Crean for a nice run, slips past to Burrows, attempted tackle, and now he's going to fumble the football. Looks like he recovers inside the 10 at about the 7. That is going to be a nice gain of about 23 on the ground for the quarterback Crean for a 1st and goal.
Fumbled the ball, and it dropped right down to the ground, right back up to him. That's when you know it's going to be your night. When you're running, being tackled, you fumble the ball, it drops down, drops back up right into your hands. And right now, it's all downhill for Triad on this drive. And they are taking it at the Rams here in this third quarter. This is like vintage Triad football we're used to seeing.
Like a flashback.
That's what it is.
1st and goal from the 7 for the Knights. Crean looking for the inside handoff to Potteroff, but nope, going to quickly flick it out to Nelson, who breaks a tackle into the end zone, far side. 7-yard scamper for Nelson, who has the last 2 touchdowns for the Knights, and that'll make it 34-18.
Did you see the move he put on the end for Mount Vernon? Left him in the tracks. Wow.
Went up, over, and in.
That was impressive.
Triad going to try to make it 35-18 and make it a 17-point ball game about midway through the third quarter. Why play the financing waiting game? Become pre-approved right now. Apply online at tylertoyota.net. It's totally Tyler's. We're totally in the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios, driven by Tyler Toyota, and that was totally good off of the foot of the kicker, Dan Hilling.
Totally good as Adam Nelson scores again, and a game of streaks, a game of momentum. Nelson scores again, and it is not pretty here in Madison County as Triad has dominated the last three scores. After trailing 18-14, they've rattled off 17 straight points.
See if the Rams can recover. They do get the football here. Triad will kick off on top by 17 in the third quarter. To be exact, there's 5:41 left to go on this third quarter clock as the winds whipping inside the mobile studios.
Yeah. Feel like we're up north for a spring baseball game.
Yeah. Feels like Mattu in last March. Of course, the Green Wave off tonight. They win via forfeit over Highland. Unfortunate situation there.
Our friends at SVWW now lead 28-20 at the end of 3 on the road in Popeyeville at Chester. Carterville now leads Murphy 21-14 with 2 minutes left in the game. It'll be games over and done, and people will be home by the time this one gets over.
Johnson and Miller Gray set to return for the Rams. This one won't even have a chance. It's well past the end zone. Touchback. It'll be 1st and 10 from the Mount Vernon 20 as the Rams get the ball back here in the third quarter. Again, 5:41 left to play. Rams trail by a score of 35-18. Well, with Tony Wilt, State Farm Player of the Game tonight. Tony Wilt, glad to help your family with all of their insurance needs. Give his office a call. Find him on the web at TonyWilt.com or look for the white State Farm Jeep around town.
You find out now who is going to dig down deep. It's real easy when everything's going your way. People are easy to get into things. You're down 17 on the road. Jared Shaner and staff are going to find out who they can rely on no matter if things are going well or things are going bad.
We'll see what happens here with the senior quarterback Reeves under center. In motion will be Hester looking for a pass in the flat. It's going to be complete to DeMontez Miller Gray. So if you're in a PPR high school fantasy league, he picks up a half a point or a point and gets to about the 30, maybe the 28 for a gain of 8. It'll be 2nd and 2.
And that's a good start. You got to build on something right now. I mean, there's not been much.
Heiner, Miller Gray are your backs. Looks like Paris back in, perhaps, or is this Hester? As it's going to come to the near side, it's Drew Hester on a sweep left, got to the sideline, past the 35 to about the 36, and that is going to be a gain of about 8. It'll be 1st and 10 on the Hester first down.
That's the first down for Mount Vernon here in the third. Madison Trey has the second quickest game of the year. It was a short game win, 42-0 over Charleston. Of course, last week East Alton Wood River went home midway through the second quarter and weather rolled in. So, that's so funny. That's a good one.
They're in Coles County tonight. Guys from our sister station, X95. This is going to be Reeves rolling to the right side, feign the inside handoff. He could have running room. He's past the line of scrimmage, going to bust up for a first down carry near midfield. About the 49s where the spot is going to go. Gain of 17 on the ground for the quarterback Reeves. 4:33 left in the third, still 35-18.
Tell you what, Mount Vernon's glad Dylan Reeves got on the bus tonight. He's had a big game running the football, throwing the football as well, and gets another 12 yards and another Rams first down. And you feel like if you can get a touchdown and get back to within 35, maybe 26, you have to have a chance. You know, you're down 3 scores, but you got to get something going now, and scoring on this drive is important for the rest of the way.
With 4:16 left in the third, Reeves under center. This one's going to go to the right side as Hester, I think, dialed on this one. Went to the sideline, got maybe a yard, maybe 2, to bring up 2nd and about 8 with 4 minutes left to play in the third, down 17. In case you're just joining us, the Knights lead 35-18. Have thus far scored 21 unanswered points.
He's cold enough. It's starting. It's amazing. 1 week, it's 100 degrees. Fans, coolers, ice, and whatnot. This week it's sweatshirt, hoodies, and long sleeves.
Perfect football weather, as they say. Reeves under center, split left and right. Meredith left. Hester in motion. It's going to be an inside handoff to Andrew Heiner. Off tackle, found the gap. Got to about the 30, make that the 45-yard line. Make it the 44. It'll be a gain of 5 to bring up 3rd and 7. Wow. My depth perception is bad, or that was not the original spot.
30. Centralia is 3-0. Marion's going to be 1-2. Mount Vernon's racking off playoff points. They're going to have to start getting wins.
Reeves back under center. 3rd and 7 from the 47. 3:34 to play in this third quarter, down 17. They need some big plays. Here comes Hester with a sweep to the outside. Got right. Got past the 45 to about the 42, but still not enough for a first down. This will be 4th down with 3:25 left to play in the third. 35-18. The Rams trailing by 17 here to Triad. Wow, he stepped out of bounds early.
Yeah, he turned right quick. Turn them pads forward and get some yardage here. Go north on this north and south field and get some extra yards.
And right now it's 4th and 4 from the 44 in Triad territory. Ball near the far hash. Reeves, the quarterback, will be under center. Split left and right. Loaded backfield now for the Rams senior quarterback, and he's going to go inside handoff. Looks like Miller Gray. He'll be tackled out of bounds. Hit with authority, but he got the first down.
All him. Spun out of 2 tacklers in the backfield about 3 yards deep. Spun to his right and then able to get the 6 tough yards for the first down. And with the time that Mount Vernon is spending here on this drive, it is imperative they get a touchdown here and get going on this.
3:14 to go in the third. Still a 35-18 game. 1st and 10 for the Rams from the Triad 39. Meredith split to the right. Derek Waith on the left. Heiner, Miller Gray, and Rush are your backs. Reeves, the quarterback, will be under center for this play. Miller Gray in motion. It's going to go to the right side on a sweep to Jylen Rush. Rush gets the carry and gets a little bit on the play. So he'll get a gain of about 3. It'll bring up 3rd and 7, maybe 6 if you're lucky, with 2:45 to go in the third.
Well, this is one of those that, again, time running away in this quarter. Down by 17, that's 3 scores. You've got to score a touchdown here. You don't have time to not get any points or go field goal in this case.
Clock continues to roll into the third quarter. 35-18. Knights on top. They're trying to come up with a stop on 2nd down and 2nd and 7. Again from the Triad 37. Far hash for the spot. Meredith left. On the right, it's Waith. Reeves is under center. Heiner is the tailback, and there's a whistle.
Timeout, Mount Vernon.
Timeouts presented by the Medicine Shop Pharmacy, 2339 Broadway at Mount Vernon. Also, we will find TMS Mobility and Rehab. They invite you to join them as they're going to have a big event coming up on September the 20th. It's the Community Health Fair, Saturday morning, September the 20th at the Mount Vernon Holiday Inn. Take advantage of low-cost lab work, free continental breakfast, and so much more. Call the Medicine Shop for all the details, 242-8776.
Well, Marion has beaten Harrisburg 42-0, so 2 scores. Pinckneyville has beaten Benton 28-0. The Panthers are 3-0 and have won the Franklin County Championship, at least beating Frankfort and Benton the past 2 weeks. Festus won over in Missouri 46-0.
Play some good football down in
Play
Festus.
some good football in Festus. And Heron has beaten DuQuoin 56-8.
Wow. Hello.
Yeah. And
Bird
DuQuoin is
Bird Watson
1
drug
and 2.
scoreboard. So as we await, out of the timeout, 2:11 to play in the third. 2nd and 7. Again, it's from the 37-yard line. Reeves, the QB, under center. Rush, Miller Gray, and Heiner your backs. Waith and looks like that's Tyus. Your split ends as this is going to be a carry up the right side and not much on it. Maybe a loss as they try to go to, it looks like Reeves kept it himself.
And under 2 to go. Nice drive from Mount Vernon, but they need points. And in the quickest way. Marion wins 43-0. Apologize for the point we left off. Don't want anybody gambling on that to be upset one way or another. Not that there's gambling here at Bushwoods.
And I never slice. A minute 40 left to go in the third. Still 35-18, Triad split left and right for the Rams. Two backs to the left. Reeves, the quarterback, under center. Miller Gray in motion. This is going to be an inside handoff. Sniffed out to Hester, and he is going to be shy of the line of scrimmage to bring up fourth down for the Rams. And the offense has stalled here as we have reached the top of the hour on WMIX Mount Vernon. A free service from Withers Broadcasting.
Well, got to get a first down, got to keep it going, got to score sometime. Under a minute now before this next play is snapped here in the third. Not the way the Rams thought it would go with about 20 seconds left in the first half. That play there decimated this game for Mount Vernon.
It's amazing how one play can change the complexion of the game, and that's what it's done. Pitch to the right side, Hester on fourth down, and he's going to have to come backward. Trying to verse it around the left side. He'll be tripped up for a huge loss. Yep. Momentum Triad as it'll be 1st and 10 from about the 46 in their own territory.
Yeah, that's one of those. He can't run backwards like that, and not the speed that you would have to turn the corner retreat. And Mount Vernon right now turns it over again on downs, and Triad will have it one more time with the wind with 37.7 seconds to go here in the third quarter. And this is a dominating Triad team here in the last part of this third quarter.
Oh, 37.7 seconds left here in the third. The Knights will have the football. They'll have it in their own territory at their own 47-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. They lead 35-18. The margin is 17 for the Knights. Crean, the quarterback, under center. Split right and left in motion. That is going to be Nelson, and that's where the carry is going to go. As he was trying for some extra after the initial dive, he dove to midfield. Gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
35-18. Boy, when you thought you had everything going your way, it imploded. One play at the end of the first half changed the way everybody saw this game through a set of glasses.
Well, they shifted from orange and black to red, black, and white, the tint of those lenses. 6 seconds left in the third. Triad does not have to get another play off, and I don't understand why they would even bother. It doesn't look like they are. As we have reached the end of the third quarter, the Triad Knights 35, the Mount Vernon Rams 18. We'll take a break, come back, get you set for fourth quarter action. This is Rams football, powered by Community First Bank.
Hi, this is Joe David Cummins, President of Community First Bank. Now is a great time to move your account to Community First Bank. With our new one account offering the highest interest rate in the market, free checking, CD specials delivered by people you know and trust, why would you not bank with the market leader in Jefferson County? We offer 5 locations with 7 ATMs and have been serving the Jefferson County market since 1906. Stop in and see why our bank is the fastest growing bank in Jefferson County. Community First Bank. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC.
Smart pharmacies are locally owned pharmacies, and the pharmacists at Bird Watson Drugs know there's nothing more important than your family's well-being. I'm Melinda Breeze, and flu season is just around the corner. Feel confident knowing that you and your family are well protected. I invite you to stop by our store for this year's flu shot. Your flu shot can be easily billed to your insurance or purchased by cash or credit card. Come in to 12th and Main or 34th and Broadway and get the care you deserve. Bird Watson Drugs, caring for you and about you.
Watch the Rams online at WMIXsports.com. Powered by Ren Lake College.
Welcome back. In time for the fourth quarter, Triad High School. The Mount Vernon Rams down 35-18 to the Knights. They will have the football to start this fourth quarter with Danny Czerwinski and Jeff Crow. I'm Chris Hugo. Hunter Schrader is back at our Mount Vernon studio. Video's back next week as well as the Rams welcome the Althoff Crusaders for a South Summit Conference opener from J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium. 6:30 will be your pregame. 7 o'clock will be your opening kick. Crean, the quarterback, under center, split left and right. 3-back set for the Knights. Rams trying to stack the box, maybe pressure up front, and let's see. It's going to be a run. There's going to be a flag on the play, and the initial contact, Potteroff came down at about the line of scrimmage, but a flag in the backfield. See what the white hat has to say. Community First Bank of the Heartland is the official voice of high school sports here on WMIX. If you're tired of big corporate banking, you have a choice in Jefferson County. Community First Bank is at home in Dixon at Woodlawn in Mount Vernon. Welcome back to Personal Banking, member FDIC.
Mount Vernon has not scored since the second quarter. Hard to believe with the way this game started out and was kind of angling towards
So it'll be 3rd down and 6. The quarterback Korean under center, 2 to the left this time. Man in motion is going to be Nelson. It's going to be a pitch to the left side, a sweep run. And now Hester, the linebacker, is going to bring him down. It'll be the 4th down. Gain of maybe 1.
I think Triad here is going against the wind. Would be tempted maybe to, I would punt it with the points. Punt this ball and go away. And let Mount Vernon down by 17, have to score 3 times.
35-18, Triad on top. It's 4th down and 5 with 11:10 to play in regulation. A 17-point game, back to return. The Rams at about the 20-yard line. Here comes the punt. Almost blocked. It's going to be a good punt. Looks like that is, or was. Burrows back to return, but it's not going to matter as it is out of bounds. And the Rams will have it 1st and 10 from about the 23. Interesting.
Yep. Mount Vernon is going to have to go uphill quite a ways. Carmi beat JC 21-13, 2-game winning streak for Kurt Simon and his Bulldogs now after losing to Bismarck Henning in the first week. Centralia wins, of course. Marion did beat Harrisburg 42-0. That was corrected. CZR in a tight one in Saline County leads El Dorado in the 4th, 32-28. SVWW and Chester are tied at 28 as we move along here in this 4th quarter. There'll be a lot of games over early.
So whatever happened, there was a flag on the play, and it'll be 4th and 1 for Triad.
Waterloo wins over Carbondale 35-14 as the Terriers go to 0-3.
And now we're going to have a flag.
We got people everywhere.
I'm not sure what just happened. I missed the flag from before. They made it 4th and 1.
Those flags are going to be green and yellow by the time this night's over.
Yeah.
Offsides Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon jumped and cost him 5, and Triad takes over on the 1st down.
Well, Rams saw Triad trying to shift and gives Triad the gift of a 1st down with a 10:40 to play in the 4th quarter. 1st and 10 for the Knights. The ball will be about their own, or out the Mount Vernon 40. That's just one of those.
That's kind of typifies the night, you know it? And when you start getting downhill like this and you're down by 17 and you kind of start on a cold night, you start doing things like this and things start to snowball against you, and Mount Vernon's finding that out.
Korean under center. In motion, Evanoff is going to be up the middle. Looked like it was Nelson on the carry.
Yep.
And Nelson gets a nice little gain of about 7 yards.
Well,
right up the middle.
And no, if you're Triad, you can run fullback dives all night long now. You got the clock, you got the game, you got things going your way. So why mess with doing anything silly with pitches and sweeps? Just keep pounding up the middle. And Triad looking to go to 3-0 before they start conference play next week against Civic, and they will be a huge favorite in that ball game.
I'd have to think so. Under center, the quarterback Korean split left and right. One in the slot, and now it's going to be a man in motion as this is going to be a handoff. Quarterback Korean kept it himself on the midline option and lost maybe a yard on the play. It'll bring up 3rd down for Triad. Woo! Community First Bank of the Heartland is the official voice of Rams Athletics here on WMIX. Find them online at comfirstbank.net. Learn all about that one account. It's free checking with high yield interest. Just ask for one. As Odell will be split to the left side. Split to the right, it'll be Brooks, the quarterback Korean under center. 3-back set for the Knights as the Rams trying to stack a little bit more of the box here. And this is going to be a carry for Potteroff as he went up the left side off tackle, found a nice little seam. Had some running room, and it'll convert on the 1st down as he got past the 30-yard line.
Well,
chains move again.
Yeah, chains are on the move. And Triad is trying to put the icing and candles on this cake right now with this drive. And it's just pretty much mano-y-mano right now. Mountain Triad's lined up, and they're not doing anything fancy or special. It's just straightforward. I'm going to block you and put you backwards, and then we're going to move on down the field.
Korean, the quarterback, ball in the near hash. Evanoff in motion, and this is going to be another inside handoff. This time it looks like it was to Thought it was Potteroff for not much.
It is, and that was such a good fake carried out that you heard the late whistle because the Triad backs that don't get the football, they carry the fakes out so well that they don't even know, the officials know exactly where that ball is going.
8:25 left in the fourth quarter, 35-18, Triad on top. It'll be 2nd and 9 for the Mount Vernon 26, ball in the near hash. That'll be Aaron Miller split to the left side for the Knights. Brooks on the right side. Same backs here of Evanoff, Potteroff, and Nelson. Is this going to be a handoff up the left side? Potteroff dives for a couple. It'll be 3rd down.
What about Smear?
I was wondering.
I didn't know if Smear was showing up or not tonight.
Feels like a Red Wings game almost, except those were offs instead of offs.
Is that a line change there? AJ was down big. They're up 41-26 now on Massac with about 10 to go in the fourth. Nashville goes to 3-0, beats Westland 52-26.
It's a big win for the Hornets.
Oh, yes. Tim Kuhn is off to a 3-0 start.
As under center Crean for the Knights. They have 3rd down. Almost got the Rams to jump. May have gotten the Rams to jump here. We'll see what the flag is going to be. 7:23 mark of the fourth quarter.
Yep. Get to see. You have like a 47% chance to make the playoffs if you went 1-1. False start on Triad. And if you're 2-0, you have about an 84% chance to make the playoffs. As we see. Greenville struggled. They only have 31 points this week against Carlinville, but that's what happens.
So it'll be 3rd and 13 for Triad. Ball on the Mount Vernon 29, 7:13 to play in the fourth quarter. Still a 35-18 game. With Danny Czerwinski, I'm Chris Hugo on WMIX. Video at WMIXsports.com. On any device. Crean, the quarterback, under center for Triad. They're going right to left here in the fourth quarter. Nelson in motion. This one's going to be a keeper for Crean. He's going to find a running room. 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Out of nowhere, found a seam to his left. It's going to be a 29-yard scamper for pay dirt. And the Knights take a 41-18 lead. Hello.
All Triad since that touchdown.
Yes, sir.
And Mount Vernon has had nothing since then. And another one you felt like Mount Vernon let get away here in this one.
Big lead for the Red Devils now going into the fourth quarter.
Score?
28-20 as they lead Chester. The
that
Red
was
Devils
a long time
SVW.
ago.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a delayed. It's
that's not
28-0.
somebody tweeting us. That's somebody favoriting our tweet.
Yeah.
Well, I see how that works. Well, that's why you should follow us on Twitter, and I should do a better job of following us on Twitter
Sorry
at
about
WMIX
that.
Sports. That's not your fault. That's mine for just not reading my notifications and misreading what happened.
Yeah, that's what happens.
There's a favorite, not a mention. I'll learn how Twitterverse works one of these days.
So we've had 28 straight points by Triad in this game. Fox's win on the last play over VG.
Very good, that is.
Goreville.
Big win for Clarksboro. Their home was once WMIX from a sports standpoint.
I've heard the commercial about them. It's pretty good.
Now on our sister station, WMCL.
Yes.
.650 left to play in the fourth quarter. 42-18. The PAT was good if you're just joining us. After the 29-yard run by the quarterback Crean for another touchdown. He's been pretty solid on the ground tonight out of the option. And now the Rams send Johnson and Miller Gray back to return this kick here in the fourth quarter. About 6:50 left to go. We're on the air Tuesday night with Lady Rams volleyball. How about Shagnaw Jim, not JD Shields? Maybe they'll move it outside. Who knows? Kick is a boomer, and it's going to be off of the bounce to the near side. Michael Johnson, he's going to get to the 20, trying to go up the middle. Not quite going to get to the 25. Meets a wall of Triad defenders, and that's where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Rams with 6:42 to play here in the fourth. Triad leading 42-18. The WMIX Sports Mobile Studios, driven by Tyler's. Browse Tyler Toyota's new inventory at tylertoyota.net. See how much you can save with the Tyler Toyota e-discount. Totally Tyler's.
Well,
totally need points in a big way.
220. 22-20 on a 50-yard touchdown pass to end the game. Hamilton County beats Vienna Goreville.
Quarterback Reeves will be under center. Heiner, one of the backs. Split to the right, it's going to be Meredith for the Rams. Quick pass in the backfield. It's going to be completed about the 20. Miller Gray off to the races, trying to get to the sideline. Tripped up past the 30 at about the 35. The ball actually marked at about the 33-yard line for a gain of 12. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Rams. This is a chains move with 6:34 left to play here in the 4th, down 24.
I'm working over here, sorry.
Huh? We're on the air,
Working
we're talking,
away.
and we're doing multiple
Yeah,
things. So
we're
we are
multiple
working
things.
indeed.
So Vienna scored with 3 seconds to go to put lead at 20-16, and Hamilton County threw a 50-yarder.
Nice, as the Rams will go with an inside handoff to Heiner, getting to about the 40. It'll be a gain of 7 to 8. It'll be 2nd and 3 for the Rams. With 6:22 to go in this 4th quarter. We can't tell you enough about all of our great sponsors. We'll look for a Tony Wilt player of the game in our post-game show. Tony Wilt and State Farm are glad to help your family with all of their insurance needs. Give his office a call. Find him on the web at TonyWilt.com or look for the white State Farm Jeep around town. Under center, the quarterback Reeves. Quickly looking to his left side. Fade route down the sideline. Going to be incomplete. Tipped away. Intended for... Not sure who that was. Was that Waith?
Yep.
Hard to see from up here. Into the abyss. 5:59 left in the 4th. So great attempt on a fade route down the left sideline. Makes it 3rd and 2 on the incomplete pass. Ball still on the 41. 5:59 left to go here in the 4th quarter.
48-26. Hamco, or I should say AJ over Massac. So Mount Vernon will run the football.
Bird Watson Drug scoreboard update. Enjoy the convenience of drive-through service at both Bird Watson Drug locations. Visit Bird Watson Drug at 12th and Main and 34th and Broadway in the King City. As this is going to bring up 4th down. It was a short run for the Rams. Will bring up 4th and 1. Ball will be spotted inside the far hash at their own 42 with 5:30 left to go in the 4th quarter. Split to the left and to the right. Same set for the Rams here. The quarterback Reeves is under center, trying to get that lone yard, and he's going to roll to the left side. He'll get that yardage and try to get out of bounds. As he does so with 5:21 left to go, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Rams at about the 44-yard line, where they're going to try to keep this drive going.
They got to score and score quick. Score, onside, get it back, 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 score. That might do it.
A theme there.
That might do it.
Quarterback Reeves under center. 5 and change left to go in this one. Handoff's going to come right down the middle for the Rams. Looked like it was. I thought it was Hester at first, but it was actually Heiner. So Andrew Heiner gets the carry. It'll be 2nd down and about 6 here on the gain of 4.
Chester leads SVWW by a score of 34-28 at the end of 3. Hamilton County wins 22-20. We just retweeted a picture of the scoreboard.
Meredith split right, Waith to the left, quarterback Reeves under center. Rush into the game, he's in motion, coming to the near side on the sweep. He's looking for the right sideline. No, that's Jesse Green, my apologies. Gets past midfield to about the 46. Almost 1st down yardage, but not quite. Jesse Green with the carry. Gets the Rams to about a 3rd and 1 with 4:35 left to go here in the 4th quarter of play.
Mount Vernon looking to be 1 and 2. And hosting an Althoff team, losing at Mater Dei right now, 12-7 at the end of 3.
So 4:38 remains here. It'll be 3rd and short for the Rams from their Triad 46. Near hash on the spot. Rams trail 42-18. Reeves, the quarterback, under center. Green in motion. Reeves is going to roll to the left side again. Looking downfield, and this one's not quite going to have the distance.
Nope.
Almost picked off.
Well, it got tipped.
To go left side.
Yeah, it was tipped near the line of scrimmage, and that ball was knocked down. Didn't have a chance.
So 4th down for the Rams, who trail 42-18 here to Triad. With 5 Jefferson County branches and responsive quality service for all of your accounts, Community First Bank would like to be the first to say, welcome back to personal banking. Member FDIC. Reeves under center. Remington Paris into the game, back into the game as a back. Meredith split to the right. Reeves under center, in motion. To the left side. This is going to be a big loss for the Rams. As that was Omar Jackson on the carry, and the junior not going to get much as he's pushed backward. It'll be a turnover on downs.
You can see that it is all downhill. And Triad right now figured out in the 33rd. They changed their defensive front a little bit, manned up, started getting a little more aggressive, started to feed a little bit. And Mount Vernon has nothing right now going, and they turn over on downs. And 4:23 to go, down 24. Mount Vernon will drop to 1-2 as they head into South 7 Conference play.
From hoodies to T-shirts, awards, promotional items, koozies to bags, Winning Edge can customize just about anything to suit your needs. Stop by and see them at 212 South 9th in Mount Vernon, or log on to winningedgeusa.com. Under center is a new Triad quarterback, Tommy Bauer. The sophomore is going to try to go right. Feigned the handoff, went right in the option, and it's going to be a no gain. Back to the line of scrimmage to the 44, 4:13 left. It'll be 2nd and 10, Triad.
We're getting a preview of the sophomore games we're going to get for the last 4:06.
Yes, sir.
Now, Rochester struggled early, but now after 3, they're up on Landfair 43-13.
No.
So if anybody's worried about them struggling, they're fine.
Miller split left. Looks like Starr on the right. The quarterback is Tommy Bauer, the sophomore. He's under center with the man in motion, and he's going to keep it himself. Comes to the near side, looking to get to the 30. Not quite there from the 35, but a nice burst of speed from the sophomore QB, and that's going to give Triad another first down. It's a change move with 3:36 left. The Knights on top, 42-18.
Yep. Triad is back to normal, I think. Back to what everybody is used to seeing out of Triad, if you know what I mean. It's kind of they are back to their ways of moving the football up and down the field, running, being very physical, especially on the defensive side of the football. The option football is back, and Triad is going to be back in the running for the Mississippi Valley Conference.
Logan Grapperhouse split left. Brooks split to the right. Bauer, the quarterback. Man in motion. This is going to be an inside handoff right up the middle. Looks like it might have been a fumble by Triad. The Rams appear to have recovered. So a turnover gives it right back to the Rams, where they will have it first down with 3:08 left to go in the fourth quarter.
Well, interesting.
So some new life for the youngins.
Carterville goes to 3-0. Murphy drops to 2-1. Carterville will go to DuQuoin next week. The Indians are 1-2 and struggling. Murphy will go to Massac, who's struggling.
So we'll see how the Rams can fare on this possession. Trailing 42-18, 3:08 left to go in the fourth quarter. Mullen split to the right, left rather. Split to the right, it's Meredith. Quarterback Reed Millwood into the game. He will be under center. Jackson in motion. It's going to be a handoff to Remington Paris, and Remy will get shy of the 35-yard line. It'll be a gain of a few. It'll bring up 2nd down as we drop below the 3-minute mark of this fourth quarter and the ball game.
Althoff leads Mater Dei 15-12 with 4:19 to go.
That's a slow, methodical back and forth is what
that's more than that. There'll be some kids that'll need in the whirlpool tomorrow when they wake up.
2:37 left here from Troy. Millwood under center, split left and right. Turnaround handoff coming to Paris. Goes off tackle up the near side. Looks like he has first down yardage rolling past the 40. Gets to the 41 for a gain of about 8. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Rams, trailing 42-18 with 2:27 left. We'll have the Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show coming up. We'll recap everything there is to recap in this one. We'll have a scoreboard update. We'll have your Tony Welch State Farm Player of the Game. That's a Bird Watson Drugs scoreboard update. Community First Bank powers it all along the way. Omar Jackson in motion. The quarterback Millwood's going to keep it here as he will juke jive well for a few yards on the scamper. It's about 4 to bring up 2nd and 6. We drop below the 2-minute mark of the fourth quarter, trailing 42-18. The Knights will be 3-0. They'll have Civic Memorial on the road next week, while the Rams will welcome the Althoff Crusaders, who are putting together a pretty good season thus far.
Yeah, they could be 2-1 rolling in. by the time they hit Jefferson County next Friday night up late in Breeze to our east. Some hardy faithful fans here at Troy tonight starting to head to the exits.
With 1:30 left to go, Millwood, the quarterback, under center. Split to the left is Mullen. On the right is Corvier Meredith. Reed Millwood, the junior. Saw some time as a sophomore last year, going to keep it himself, and there was a bit of a gap to be had as he'll get first down yardage on the keeper. Straight up the middle for first down with 1:15 left to go in the fourth. 42-18, that'll move the chains.
All cosmetic at this point. Mount Vernon will have to regroup, not feel sorry for themselves, and be ready to go because Althoff owes Mount Vernon from last year as well. Difference between being the hunter and the hunted. And Mount Vernon's finding that out here through 3 weeks.
Your community, your choice, your bank. With 5 locations and friends and neighbors on staff who understand your needs, Community First Bank keeps it simple. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Jackson is in motion, and Omar's going to get the sweep carry to the left side, trying to find some running room. Gets a gain of about 10. Near the first down marker at about the 35 in Triad territory. And with less than a minute to go, it is going to be a Ram first down. So Omar Jackson gets a big carry for the orange and black, wearing the white tonight.
Yeah. Freeburg beat Central 26-20.
We'll have a big-time scoreboard tonight at WMIXsports.com, as we have every night.
Freeburg's a team, or not Freeburg, Breeze Central's a team struggling this year.
Yeah, I noticed that. Millwood under center. Here comes Jesse Green on a sweep to the right side. He's looking to find some running room at the 30. Gets to the 25 at the 20. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, and the Rams get a touchdown here late to make it 42-24.
Well, another first down, another run. 35 yards, cosmetically speaking. 42-24 now. Rams will go for 2, obviously. There you go. That stops the string of 44 straight touchdowns by Triad.
42-24 the score. Rams are going to try to make it 42-26 here, with about 20.2 seconds left to go in the ball game. The Rams will fall to 1-2. Triad will improve to 3-0. The Rams will have Althoff on Friday night. 6:30 will be your pregame. 7 o'clock will be your kickoff on WMIX and WMIXsports.com. And apologies for the assumption. This will be a point after attempt for Dalton McGowan.
No, that was not good.
Now it could be a fake as Millwood's going to try to roll to the left side, and he will dive. Don't know if he thought the 5 was the goal line, but point after attempt is no good.
Yeah. Mount Vernon will drop 22.2 seconds to go.
With Danny Czerwinski, I'm Chris Hugo. So glad you could join us tonight for Mount Vernon Rams football. We'll have volleyball coming up on Tuesday. From Shagnon Gymnasium, the Mount Vernon Lady Rams return to the airwaves. Also return to stream video at WMIXsports.com. We hope you'll join us. Freshman game at 5:15. Everything else thereafter.
Yeah.
You can stay up to date with us on Twitter, on Facebook, Instagram, SoundCloud, YouTube, and more. So with 20.2 seconds left, the Rams will kick off. Triad will have the football up 42-24, but in all reality, it was more of a 42-18 game in terms of the closeness.
Cesar down 42-28 with 10.5 to go.
Well, valiant effort, depending upon the outcome of that.
Yeah. That's a team that's trying to get Coach McKee his first win as a head coach. May not get it this week.
But I'll tell you what, a good performance nonetheless, especially through 3 quarters. McGowan on to kick off for the Rams. The Knights, a couple of young men back to return at about the 10-yard line. Here comes a kick from McGowan. It tails off to the near side, and it'll be picked up by Triad to the 20-25, trying to go to the right side. Still on the feet at about the 30. Going to make it to about the 38 on the return by Sawyer Lawson, the junior. He's 5'7", 170, and with 11.5 seconds left, Triad will have the football 1st and 10 from their own 28-yard line. 11.5 seconds left, and here come the Triad victory formation first team. They're not in here to try to get any more offense, just to kneel out the clock.
Yep.
You don't want to put that pressure on your second team who haven't been out there most of the
No, they'll just kneel, victory formation, and Triad will go to 3-0, and things are back to normal here at Troy, Illinois for Triad at this time of year to win this ball game.
And the clock will roll from 11.5 to nothing. We have reached your final score of the Triad Knights 42, the Mount Vernon Rams 24. We'll come back and tell you all about it in your Schmitz-Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show. This is Rams football, powered by Community First Bank.
The Medicine Shop in Mount Vernon is inviting you to their community health fair. Join us Saturday, September 20th at the Holiday Inn Ballroom and Atrium in Mount Vernon. Not going to meet your deductible? Take advantage of the low-cost lab work that Saturday morning. PSA test only $27. CBC $10. TSH test $25. And lipid test $20. We'll have speakers and seminars discussing many new and exciting topics. Eric Black will talk about hormone replacement therapy. Dr. David Asbury will discuss robotic surgery technology. There's healthy cooking demonstrations beginning at 9 a.m. A free continental breakfast will be served, and free tote bags will be given away to the first 500 guests. Save the date, Saturday, September 20th from 7:30 till 11 a.m. It's the Medicine Shop's Community Health Fair at the Holiday Inn Ballroom and Atrium in Mount Vernon. Call us 618-242-8776 for more information.
Renly College's adult volunteer literacy program is looking for volunteers to help stop adult illiteracy. Give the gift of reading and be a hero forever. Renly College will provide you with training and materials to help adults develop the basic reading ability needed to excel. You can work one-on-one, tutor a small group, or work with students in an adult education classroom. Experience the joy of helping others and change a life. Call Renly College's volunteer partnership toll-free at 800-369-5321, extension 1342.
Hi, Roy Schmidt at Ford Square, Mount Vernon. This year marks our 29th year in business, and right now we have one of the best selections of new Ford and Lincoln vehicles in stock, ready for immediate delivery. We have financing as low as 0% for 60 months on certain models and cashback incentives as high as $10,000. If you are looking for a full-size truck for your job or leisure, or if you need a vehicle with great fuel efficiency, stop by Ford Square in Mount Vernon today. Our friendly sales staff will do everything possible to satisfy your transportation needs. And like always, at Ford Square Mount Vernon, the best never rests at 1501 Broadway in Mount Vernon, Illinois.
Looking for a free checking account that gives you rewards or high interest? Introducing Seeing at People's National Bank. A Visa check card, e-statements, mobile banking, MoneyPass nationwide ATMs, only $100 to open, and you get to choose between cash and cash back. Stop by People's National Bank, visit peoplesnationalbank.com, or give me a call, Monica Wills, 241-6924, for details and qualifications. People's National Bank, your home for the best rewards checking on the market. Qualifications and rules apply. Member FDIC.
This is Mount Vernon Rams football from WMIX Sports. The Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show starts now.
And welcome back, AM 940 and WMIXsports.com. It's a final here from Triad. The Mount Vernon Rams dropped to 1-2 against the Knights by a score of 42-24. The Knights are now 3-0. They'll have a road game at Civic Memorial on Friday night. The Rams will welcome the Althoff Crusaders on Friday. This is your Schmitz-Chevrolet Cadillac post-game show. More to come. We'll have your final stats. We'll also have a scoreboard update sponsored by Bird Watson Drug. We will even have your Tony Wilt State Farm player of the game. We're going to take a break. We'll come back. We'll have all of that on your Schmitz-Chevrolet Cadillac post-game show. This is Rams football, powered by Community First Bank.
Hi, this is Joe David Cummins, President of Community First Bank. By now you have heard about our new One Checking product. The new One Account is a high-interest earning, free checking account designed for everyone. Unlike other banks that pay interest on higher balance, this account pays interest on all balance. From high schoolers to Warren Buffett, One will work for you. You can talk to one of us at 244-3000 and learn about the details. One, exclusively at Community First Bank. You will be one happy customer. Member FDIC.
They don't need fancy sales gimmicks or billboards at Second Chance Auto in Mount Vernon because it's their reputation for honesty and fairness that make friends tell friends about them. What other buy here, pay here dealership in the area offers you bank rate financing? Second Chance does. You can save up to $1,000 on the total cost of your vehicle. Sure, if you qualify, that's easy. A limited call to 244-4582 will get you started. But stop by Second Chance Auto, Route 142 East in Mount Vernon. You won't be disappointed.
Bad luck. Some people were just born with it. Hi, Chase Landers, Landers Collision Centers of Mount Vernon and Salem. We all know that someone who has that cartoon cloud hanging over their head, getting rained on whenever the sun is out. The full moon is their worst enemy, and if something can be spilled, dropped, broken, tipped over, or lost, it will somehow happen to this person. Landers Collision Centers has seen it all. Whether you turned the wheel too sharply backing out of your garage and tore the front end off your vehicle, crunched your undercarriage running over a curb, or clipped your fender pulling into the ATM, Landers Collision Centers has your back, and we certainly won't judge. As a direct repair facility for many insurance companies, we take care of just about everything, even getting you into a temporary vehicle while we restore yours. That's Landers different. Top to bottom, big or small, Landers fixes them all. Come see us in Mount Vernon and Salem and ask us about free detailing for the life of your vehicle. Or call 1-888-LANDERS. That's 1-888-LANDERS.
Back to Mount Vernon Rams football, powered by Community First Bank of the Heartland.
Welcome back, Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show. Rams drop a tough one here at Triad. Final score is 42-24. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside Hunter Schrader back at the Mount Vernon studio. We have your scoring and stats here tonight in this one, in which the Rams do lose a tough one to fall to 1-2. Triad improves to 3-0.
Stats are Mount Vernon with 17 first downs and Triad's 12. Turnovers, Mount Vernon 5, Triad 3. Penalties, not very many, each team with 5. Mount Vernon 35 yards, Triad 25. The rushing, Mount Vernon eventually won out 313 to 282. They had 95 passing yards. Triad had 47 in the first half, didn't throw it in the second half, didn't need to. So Triad loses the total yardage battle 408 to 329, but ended up winning the ball game here 42 to 24.
There you go. There is your final stat calculation on your Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac post-game show. When you take one more break, we'll come back. We'll have your Bird Watson Drugs scoreboard. We'll also have your Tony Wilt State Farm player of the game. Stay tuned. Your Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac post-game. Rams fall 42-24 to Triad on the road. This is Mount Vernon football from WMIX Sports.
There's no other Toyota dealership like it in the region. It's totally technical, cheap, and totally new.
Tyler Toyota. Like car heaven.
It's totally brand new.
Totally built for you.
Welcome to Tyler Toyota, the best car and truck buying experience in Southern Illinois. Total.
Totally.
We're celebrating the grand opening. Newly renovated and highly celebrated Tyler Toyota. Totally.
Toyota.
Hi, this is your local State Farm agent, Tony Will, and proud supporter of the Mount Vernon Rams. Whether you are a new customer or one that has been loyal to State Farm for years, let me take this opportunity to thank you for your business. If you are not currently with State Farm and are looking for someone you can trust to handle your insurance or financial service needs, let me invite you into our office. You will have a local agent you can work with, backed by the industry leader in State Farm. Find us in the phone book, online, or flag the State Farm Jeep down if you have to. However you find us, we look forward to talking to you soon.
This is Mount Vernon Rams football from WMIX Sports. The Tony Wilt State Farm Player of the Game is next.
Welcome back, WMIX, WMIXsports.com. 42-24 is your final as the Mount Vernon Rams drop a tough one here tonight against the Triad Knights. We owe you a State Farm Player of the Game. First, Tony Wilt, your State Farm agent. Glad to help your family with all their insurance needs. Find him on the web at TonyWilt.com. Look for him in his office or try to find that white State Farm Jeep around town. And I think tonight, for his efforts and player of the game, is probably going to have to be DeMontez Miller-Gray. I mean, the two plays that he ran long on for those touchdowns were both plays that were broken, in which he went right, I believe, and ended up having to go left where there was no traffic and scored. And DeMontez Miller-Gray is our player of the game.
Well, I think that's a good choice. I think he was the offense early and gave a couple of big plays, and of course turned the corner on a couple of things and got out for some big gains. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough, but again, he has another game, and he's kind of the offense right now for Mount Vernon.
Indeed he is. Now one last thing to do, and that's A Bird Watson Drug scoreboard update.
AJ beats Massac 48-32 as Murfreesboro losing to Carterville 21-14. Heron beat DuQuoin 56-8. It was Nashville over Westcliff 52-26. It was startled by that score. It was Pinckneyville over Benton 28-0. Sparta hangs on to win 21-14. So
nice.
Sparta wins and goes to 2-1 on the year as they go into week 3 in a battle at home against Pinckneyville. So the Panthers will be 3-0 as they beat Benton tonight 28-0. Althoff leads Mater Dei late by a score of 15-12. It was Olney over Edwards County 41-22. Waterloo beats Carbondale at home 35-14. Althoff defeats Mater Dei 22-12. So the Knights, or the Crusaders, will come into Mount Vernon at 2-1. It is Charleston losing to Centralia 42-0. Marion beat Harrisburg 42-0. Carmi beat JC 21-13. Late fourth, it was El Dorado over CZR 34-32. At late fourth, Chester now up 42-28 on SVWW. And Hamilton County beat Vienna Goreville 16-13. That is a final. Jerseyville beat Salem 41-7. Mount Carmel all over Princeton 21-13 late in that ball game. Olney led Edwards County late 41-16. Columbia did beat DuPont by a score of 47-14. It was El Dorado beating Christopher 50-32. The Bearcats now are 0-3. That's kind of a shock at this point. It was Columbia over DuPont 47-14. Carlisle over Redbud 47-12. And Freeburg beat Central 26-20. Taylorville dominated Rantoul 48-0 at the half. So Taylorville, Week 1 Mount Vernon opponent, is now 3-0 as Mount Carmel also wins tonight. So the playoff points are there for Mount Vernon. The wins have to show up, though.
Don't let stairs be a problem. Bird Watson Drug has the solutions. They install ramps and stair lifts tailored specifically for your stairs. Bird Watson Drug, 12th and Main or 34th and Broadway, both locations in Mount Vernon. That's going to do it for us tonight. For Danny Czerwinski, for Hunter Schrader, for Jeff Crow, for all of us at WMIX Sports, I'm Chris Hugo reminding you the final score. The Mount Vernon Rams fall to the Triad Knights 42-24. We're back at it Tuesday for Lady Rams Volleyball. AM 940 and video at WMIXsports.com. Back at it Friday night, 6:30 your pregame, 7 o'clock your kickoff, the Mount Vernon Rams and the Althoff Crusaders in your South 7 Conference opener. Before we get to any of that, Saturday Sports Show tomorrow, after the 8 o'clock news right here on AM 940 or listen in at WMIXsports.com. We'll post our lineup on social media just a little bit later. You'll find it on Facebook.com/WMIXsports or hit us up as always on the Twitterverse. For all those people and more, I'm Chris Hugo wishing you good night from Triad.
Mount Vernon Rams from W.